Hi guys, welcome. John Onoche, hi. J Onoche. Greetings everyone. Greetings. I hope you've had a great day. I hope your Friday was not as busy as mine was. Um, how you guys doing? How's everyone doing? I hope you're staying warm wherever you are. It's cold over here, so I hope you're keeping warm and your day is going good. How you guys doing today? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Omoya's Corner, as you know already. Um, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I just want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers, to all my new and returning subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. We have to keep doing this. There's no way around it. We have to keep moving forward. Um, no matter what happens, we have to keep going, regardless of what happens. We can't give up. We can't stop. We have to keep going. You have to keep talking. Whatever you need to do, you have to. The people that are trying to hold us down are not giving up. So why should you? Why should you? They haven't given up. You shouldn't give up. This is my take. Welcome, Ngozi, welcome. Oh, Ngozi from Canada, welcome, greetings, thank you. Brand new to food, yay, welcome. Hello, Neka. Neka, darling, how I thought about you yesterday. I was going to, so I need to reach out to Neka. And Alpha, I need some of that Ayama shell. I'm telling you, my throat, they torturing me for that Ayama shell, the one with Iru. So, highly favored. Welcome. It's so good to have you guys here with me. I appreciate you all for coming. Thank you so much for your support. We have to keep doing this. Your support means a lot. I can't do this on my own. I can't talk to myself alone. So, these are important times in our lives, and we have to do what we have to do the best we can, to try and improve whatever is going on. So everybody, welcome to the show. How's everyone? I know by now you guys already know what's happening, right? So for those who are not aware of what's going on, INEC is refusing for Labour Party to inspect its election materials. Okay? So your INEC people, they're refusing. That's what's going on, guys. So um I was very upset. I mean, I have to admit, it was very upsetting for me. When I was on Niger Watch, I was like, I don't know. Thank God I'm not in Nigeria, because I don't know. Probably would have found myself on the street already. But yeah, so that's where we are for those of you who are not aware. Oh, thank you, Ngozi. You're new. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Ngozi. I appreciate that support. Thank you. I really do. Thank you so much. Yes, highly favored. Aluta continua. We have to move forward. Kachi, oh, Kachi, my darling. Oh my God. Kachi, welcome. Kachi, how now? How are you doing? How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here with us. I really appreciate that. It's so nice to see you, Kachi. Oh my God. My heart is smiling. Thank you. So good to see you. Welcome. Oh. Yes, no retreat, no surrender. Absolutely. No retreat, no surrender. Yes, girl, brand new to food. That's what's happening. Oh. I'll show you guys. They refused though after the court gave the order and it, allowed LP to look into their materials. They refused. They said no. Okay, they said no, they refused. So, my people, we're in for it. We cannot give up. These people are not giving up, so we must not give up. Okay, we must not. We have to keep the fight going. We have to keep the fight going. There's no other, we don't have any other ancestral home. Oh. We don't have any other place to call home. You understand? We do not have any other place to call home. So I really think that we need to dig our heels in. No matter what happens, we have to keep going. This is the only time we have in our history. And I want to beg everyone in Nigeria, if you, I mean, or even here in the diaspora, Please join Labour Party if you have the inclination to be part of the party, because we need to change everything from the bottom up. Please, I beg you, join Labour Party. I beg you, please. Join Labour Party. It's very important right now. All the good people, this is your opportunity. If this is what you want to do, join the Labour Party. Be a card carrying member. We need good people from the bottom up. We need good people. House of Rep, House of Assembly, everything, chairman of local government. I know that because the Labour Party motto is very, it's Mama, Papa, Pikin. And we have a way of we know that we have to hold these people accountable if they're coming under the umbrella of Labour Party, because our principal has given us a principle to follow. So they can't do it. If they do anyhow, we give them wutu wutu. It's just that simple. So please, this is not a time to say, politics is not my thing. Biko, I'm telling you, we need to change everything. As you can tell, our system is broken down completely, from the judiciary to every political body we have in Nigeria. You can't trust, nobody can rely on anything. The common man cannot fight for his rights in Nigeria. You can't. You have to know somebody that knows. Is that the kind of life we want to keep living? Is that the kind of life we want to keep living? We can't do this. We can't keep doing this. We can't. So we must fight. We must fight. Oh, Kashi Eke, now you be tomatoes just now. Now you be the leader of tomato juice. Now you wear the crown. Eh? So in light of that, we're going to talk about a little bit. And oh, by the way, did you know that there were attacks on the Kaduna state governor, I believe the Calabar and the Rivers Akwa Ibom or Calabar gubernatorial candidates, and Rivers State? Yes, there were attacks on their lives. The Kaduna state governor escaped. He escaped being deleted. His convoy was attacked. So, guys, I was listening to, I think he's a House of Rep member, Ikenga. I can't remember what state in the East is from. He was narrating his experience. This man has lost uncle, lost his mom on top of trying to get elected. His own life was even put at risk. This is the society we live in. We don't even know how worse it will get to. We don't even know how worse it will get. Okay, guys. So this is no time for playing anymore. This is not the time. You have to use your voice. Whatever you have, you got to do what you know how to do, you know, to make people aware, and also to put your own voice out there. We have to keep going. There's no retreat and no surrender. Since they say they're not go tire, we self no go tire. Okay? Since they're not go sleep, we self no go sleep. Now so e go dey be, we go dey do am back to back. They need to know, say, we are awake, we are wide awake, because what we want to ensure is that May 29th does not happen. May 29th, it does not happen. That's it. We cannot allow it stand. I don't know about you, we cannot, that will not stand. Whatever it is that they are cooking up is not going to stand. We need to make our voices heard loud and clear. And also remember, there's no help coming from anywhere, oh, by the way. There's no help. If you're waiting for international help, Rico, rest. It's not coming. It is your house. It's like a man married with children and wife. You're not going to wait for another man to come and help you secure your home. It is you that will secure your home and your family. If you cannot do that, I don't know what kind of man you want to call yourself. So this is our problem, because we know some of our problems are external. They're external as much as they're internal. So at least we know the internal problem. So we need to fight it. I'm glad, though, I have to say kudos to all Nigerians that are adding their voice and pushing back on this. I see you, I hear you, I appreciate the effort. Now the 2 cents when I fit do now they do for years. So you understand. So the the struggle, like, I don't want to say the struggle, the push to return our mandate continues. And I see, our principal is all smiles. Man, I don't know how they made that man. Oh. The man is able to smile through it all. Me, I don't know how they make people like that too. I don't know. I'm curious. Eh? I wonder if it were possible to see what they put together to make such a man who is able to smile in the midst of all of this chaos. You know, to smile in the midst of all chaos, because it's not easy. It's not easy to smile when you're confronted on all ends. Every corner, you go to court. They tell you go to court, you go to court. They tell people are saying, which court? I beg, the court is bought. The judges that ruled initially, they've moved them, they reshuffled them. You see what's going on? They reshuffle them. What are you trying to frustrate our efforts? They're trying to frustrate you, trying to frustrate me. Are we going to allow that continue? No, we're not going to allow it. We will also be smiling and doing what we got to do. And not be all mouth, not be person say they talk. There's some things that we're not going to be able to discuss on here. Let's just be very frank. There's certain things that we will not be able to discuss, but for those who know, they know. If you understand, you understand. But we got to keep the push going. We have to let these people know loud and clear that we reject with every possible vein in our body. We don't want this, and it's not going to stand. We're not going to let it stand. No matter how they try to normalize it, you see them going from place to place, right? They're trying to go to the popular people, so-called, in quotes, popular people in Nigeria, to kind of they want to try and work on the psyche of the people, to make you accept it, to make you see it as normal. No, never ever accept evil as normal. Never. No matter how much they sugarcoat it, put chocolate around it, put ice cream, everything, all the mende, reject it forcefully. Say no. That's what they're trying to do. They're going to try and work on your mind, work on your psyche to accept it as real. No, it's not real. Reject it by all means. Reject it. You know, Yes, Jay Onoche, absolutely. Ikenga, yeah, he's from Imo State. Aha, because I was listening to his Arise News interview where he was talking about it. I was like, man, this guy, and it's I have to say this. It's so mind blowing the type of leaders that are coming in now. The type of principles they have, my God, is something to be admired. You guys need to watch that interview of it. Let me see if I can pull it up so you guys can watch it. It's To me, it was quite inspiring. The man just took it differently, saw it different. I don't know, in the face of this kind of thing, I don't know. Some people are just made for certain things. Let me see if I can find that interview so you guys can watch it. I think it was, yeah, there we go. It's only 22 minutes long. I think we have time. We're just starting, so it's very important for us to hear him. You would hear and see that um you'll be proud. Okay, let me share this. Let me know when you can see my screen. Um, can you guys see my screen? Hey Nelly, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. That's funny. Brand new to foot. Can you guys see my screen? I need acknowledgement so that way it's blank from there. Kashi. Uh-oh. Anyone else? Can you see it now? Uh-oh. Cannot see anything from the screen. Okay, let me try and share it again. Okay, let me try and share it again. How about now? Otherwise, we'll pause them for now. This is weird. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Can you see it now? How about now? Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm waiting for yeses though to know whether I should take it out. Please, as you come in, like. Ah, no picture. Okay, let me remove it for now then. Uh, all right. So let me see. Let me see if I can play this one. This is from Sir Bode George. He has something to say about the person who worked in INEC. How about now? Can you guys see the screen now? Hi, Romari. Welcome. Oh. Can you guys see the screen now? Romari, welcome. I have something up there. Yes, you can. Awesome. Okay. Kachi, can you guys see it now? I need more yeses. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play this one of Bode George. Uh, he was talking about, let me just give you guys the title before I move forward. So there's somebody who previously worked under Agbado as commissioner in Lagos, right? He's the same person in charge of INEC's IT department and has claimed that there was a glitch in the system. So I'm going to play that for you guys.
Now, the chairman of the INEC came up and said there was an hitch, some hitch that disrupted the electronic transfer of results. An hitch in a digital system? Absolutely shambolic and laughable. I thought, if I was not an engineer, I probably would buy into it. And I said to myself, I want to forgive him because Prof is an expert in history. And he went to the best schools in this country, University of Ahmadu Bello, and then went to Oxford and Cambridge. What else would you want? If he was working for a private company with on the D-Day and the HR, the system you are presenting to the stakeholders and the shareholders, he would have been fired. The worst part of it, because I've asked this question before, who is the man in charge of the IT? We have now discovered that he was, first of all, a commissioner in Lagos State, commissioner of uh, 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 science and technology. His name is Femi Odubi. He is the man in charge of the IT of INEC. How did he become commissioner in Lagos? Who put him there? And then who put him in the INEC? Now, if Prof. Yakubu had concluded that there was some hitch, why is that man still there? Look, we are toying with the future of this country. We are toying with the future of our own children. Somebody was there on the D-Day and the H hour. In the military, he would have been executed for such misbehavior. And now you want to inspect the divas. The same man. You haven't told us what were these hitches, what created them, what caused them, and he's still sitting down there. It is not the prof that should be fired. If the fire, you see, if the chairman cannot fire that fellow, then the chairman and himself, the government must fire both of them.
Okay,
You
Chief Judge,
must
let me bring in another
that
aspect.
confidence.
I don't mean to cut you there, but your facts and the
Okay.
name, so you have your facts, and I'm quite sure INEC and the authorities, you must be able to also pass on that very
Yeah,
vital
listen,
information
sure.
to them so that they can act on that. But quickly here, the elections are upon us here, especially. Let's talk about your home state, Lagos State. Tell us the optics with
Okay.
Gbadebo Road's, Vivor's governorship bid in Lagos. Is it safe for us to say GRV is your anointed candidate?
You know, I have only one vote. I am not an emperor. I'm not God. And I'm not a soothsayer. I don't look at crystal balls. But when you see a wind of change blowing in a positive direction, one lesson I learned once I joined the Navy is don't swim against the tide. I had said it before that the best thing we can do, what are the differences with the political parties? Are there ideological differences? And I said it, remove the facade, of the parties, bring out the individuals, their personalities, check them one by one. Who can be trusted? Who has the depth of intelligence, educational background, proper home bringing, who
Chief
has
Judge,
performed in his private
I'm
enterprises
afraid we're out
to
of
be
time.
governor.
I'm afraid we're out of time. But Nigerians are watching all over the world, and they are worried because you had said should Bola Tinubu win the election, you were going to leave us. Are you leaving the country?
If Bola Tinubu wins this election in fact, you are just still saying it. We are doubting now with all the figures and the ups and downs that are going on. Is it defined? We told you that the man who is in charge of the IT was the fellow who worked under his government in Lagos, and that's the man who has pronounced that there was an itch, some ditch in the computer.
Right.
The man is still sitting down there. Let's wake up in this country, for God's sake.
Okay. Right. Let me see if I can share. Let me see. 1 second. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So I'm trying to share. Uh, I really want you guys to see this interview with Mr. Ikenga. I think it's very important. Let me try and share it again. Let me know if you can see my screen now. Can you guys see it now? Can you guys see it? Let me know if you can see it. I need a yes. Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna.
Now, the road to electoral victory is a ridiculously hard one in Nigeria, especially for those whose pockets aren't so deep and who believe that truth, justice, and a focus on the issues is the way to win at the ballot box. That's the remarkable story of Ikenga Ugochinyere, who has faced incredible odds, including threats to his life and attacks on his person, his home, his relatives, his aides, and his supporters, with several losing their lives or ending up in hospital. But through it all, he persisted. And today, many see him as a beacon of hope for his community and for ordinary Nigerians, from repeatedly raising the alarm over what he and the group he speaks for, the Coalition of United Political Parties, or CUPP, said was a plot to rig the 2023 general elections, to fighting against his political opponents using just his voice against their bullets and bombs. It's been, to say the least, a hellish journey. But just a few days ago, after an impossibly challenging campaign, he was announced as the winner for the Idato federal seat in the House of Representatives.
Day one, we're going to hit the ground running. And this ground starts with restructuring, solving these problems that we have across all parts of the country. We also have to work on the electoral act to deepen it further. You have seen the challenges we have witnessed. You have seen the progress we have made with the electronic reforms and so on and so forth. But we need to do more work. And that is going to be part of the agenda of the 10th National Assembly.
So I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I made $49,000 in the last 30 days copying and pasting.
Remarkable is the word. And Ikenga Ugochinyere, spokesperson for the Coalition of United Political Parties, or CUPP, and now member-elect of the House of Representatives, joins me now in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me. And also I want to thank Arise for being there with us, even up to Akokwa, my village, throughout the battle.
And what a battle and an awesome journey it's been for you. Tell us how you feel in light of your victory at the polls and what it took to get there.
Well, I come to realize that nothing good comes so easy. And fighting against people who have strong phobia for credible election and a free and fair contest is so worrisome. The only thing about this journey is the life that was lost. That is the one that pains me. But I had expected that those who doesn't like change will come surging at us with the little experience I've had in the last 2 decades in this struggle. But just the destruction and the loss of lives, and also the destruction of institutions of government that is supposed to provide enabling environment for all of us. Because if the police has done what they're supposed to do from the first time that we were attacked, I don't think we are gotten to the point of people being killed and properties, being destroyed. But I feel happy that one that is always on the side of the law and on the side of his people will definitely, at the end of the day, have victory. So I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful to the people of Idato that in the face of this threat still came out, voted, and stayed with us all through the night to ensure that the result was announced.
So has it all been worth it? I mean, you lost your uncle, some of your aides, your house was burned down, all for this.
Well, I think that if each time I try to console myself with the fact that if our forefathers didn't stand up to the colonial masters, if people didn't stand up to some tradition that was inhuman, possibly we will not be here. So I feel that each move to make change comes most times with consequences, especially in an environment that is backward like us, where people don't want anything that will make enabling environment to work. So looking at the inspiration I've given to young people of my generation and to other people who are facing similar challenges, I think it was it because it's an opportunity for people to start speaking and knowing that once they're on the side of the law and on the side of their people and God is with them, that definitely society will change.
And were you always confident that this day would come, or were there sort of dark days of despair when you felt you just couldn't go on?
Yes, we had those moments, especially after the bombing and the death of our loved ones, who felt like you asked me, does it worth it? But then I asked myself, if I give up, then enemies of justice, equity, and fairness have won, and then it's going to discourage other people. They will say, oh, look at Ikenga, what happened to him? At the end of the day, he chickened out. Even though we needed to remain alive, I had my concerns about my safety, even up till now. But I felt that we must continue the struggle so that we'll see until the last ballot is counted.
Because I remember talking to you on the phone after, I mean, I was horrified when I read in the papers and saw on Arise News, I mean, flames leaping out of your house and, I mean, cars burnt, you know, officers, I mean, all kinds of police milling around, I mean, people in uniform literally going to your house and besieging the house. I mean, and I remember talking to you, and I think what I took away from that conversation was not only the fact that clearly this was a real downer, but I also noticed this extraordinary tenacity in your voice and, you know, that you were simply not going to give up.
Yeah, I think when I lost my mom because she was beheaded, killed by these bad people, I felt there's need for people that have the courage to change the bad status quo to come into office. So I have seen bad moments before, and I nearly lost my life when I was involved in an election. Then I was in the university, so it was by God's intervention that I'm still alive. So I thought all these things I've gone through, then let me get in and see how I can contribute my own quota towards ensuring that there's a decent society, if not for anything, for a level playing field, the process through which people get into office. Like Peter B once said, you cannot be called excellency if the process that is going to bring you to office is not excellent. So that let's have some level of excellency in the process that throws up our leaders. Maybe that will help in ensuring that we get good governance.
And you mentioned the time that you were at university. So clearly you've been an activist for a long time.
Very long time, yes. Very long time.
I mean,
this is my first
tell
time
us
of getting into elective position, yes.
Yeah, but you've been active. I mean, tell us a little bit about that
It has
background.
been from running for SCG president to running to become the Senate president of NANS, the National Association of Nigerian Students, then running to become the first woman to be the president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria. And then I had a little time with Hakim then as his youth mobilization
That's
officer.
Hakim, who was the former governor
of Imo State. Yes.
State.
And I also had a little time with Dr. Bukola Saraki, then as he's also assistant on youth mobilization and student matters as well. And I also had to form my own political party then, the APP, which is among the surviving 18 political parties before returning back to PDP also to seek for my first elective position. And in all this, it has not been easy, from one detention to the times we spend up to 6 months in detention, from police to DSS, but it doesn't stop that zeal that I feel society, especially our society here in Nigeria, is not doing well. We need to have some decency in governance, and leaders must be held accountable. That is the burning desire I have. I want to find out why, when they get there, they change. I just want to use myself as an example to find out how I'm going to forget those burning desires.
You want to find out if you're going to change.
And I don't want to change. I want to remain Ikenga the way I am.
Right. But I mean, you mentioned that you were picked up a number of times by the Department of State Security and all the rest of it. What was the reasons?
And each time, you see bogus charges like treason, trying to overthrow the government, criminal defamations, incitement. These are regular charges, and most of them so painfully, which is still happening today. You see a situation whereby you say, I committed treason. Instead of taking me to a federal high court, you take me to a magistrate court that doesn't have jurisdiction, just for the purpose of keeping me in prison or in detention.
And you are a lawyer, of
Yes,
course, aren't you?
and it's so painful that police can always allow itself to, if you know that this charge is not for magistrate, why take it to a magistrate? 'Cause just like the one that happened today, you saw in Imo State, the deputy governor Gerard Irwana, the police invaded his home, took him, and then only this afternoon they charge him for terrorism in a magistrate court. And the magistrate, you don't have jurisdiction, you grant him bail, but just to satisfy the desire of Ozadema, then you remind him in prison. I feel that our society should go past beyond this kind of festa kind of politics. We should pass beyond it. And again, that's why, if you permit me, I think the IG has also give standing instruction to
That's
the
the
commissioners of
Inspector
police.
General
Yes,
of Police,
to
right.
let the CP stop doing it. To me, I call it nonsense. Don't charge people before a magistrate court when you feel they have committed terrorism or murder charge. Charge them in the court that have the right jurisdiction, because this whole essence is about justice. It's not about persecution to keep somebody in detention. And the CP in Imo keeps on doing it. He did it like many times with me, trying to formulate the same, high charges in a magistrate court, even when we made revelation on Omoma Magic. So I think that the police must find a way of discipline people who do that. And the magistrate court, if you know you don't have jurisdiction, stop debasing yourself in doing this. Just give the person bail. Let them take the person to the right court where the matter is supposed to be had. We can't see, each time election is approaching, police and governors will be hunting opposition people. Look at Ebony, a few days to voting, you said the man is involved in murder charge, just to put him in a magistrate court. You saw what happened in Kogi and all those other places. They should find a way to separate our police force from these petty things. It's very shameful.
Well, that brings me to my next question, which is, now that you've got in, what are you going to do with it? What are your plans for the sort of thing you were talking about now, but also significantly for the people of Idato that you now represent in the House of Representatives?
One of our biggest problems in Idato today is erosion. We have this erosion problem because there was an old road that I think it was the military people, Equator or something, that goes from a place they call Banana Junction in Olo down to Anambra State, which was abandoned. It helped in messing up our environment. That is causing huge erosion problem from Umeshi in Amanato to Ruala to all different parts of Idato. But so painfully, the development partners, World Bank, working with the government, then had a program that was aimed to solve that particular problem. But the successive government did not give them support and they pulled back. So finding a way through federal intervention and help of our development agency to solving those erosion problems. Then we have light problem, electricity. We don't even have electricity for like 12, 14 years now. How do we get the communities to have electricity is a huge priority that I'll be seeking federal intervention and support to get for our people. Then we have road problem. We don't have all our feeder roads and major roads from Molo down to that. We don't even have a bridge that connects, so that bridge has gone down. Then our communities don't have these roads. How do we get, with the help of the federal government and development partners, to solving this problem using the legislative advantage we have? We'll be taking part of our time, and also employment, which seems to be a general problem, but also we need our people to be gainfully employed, and those ones that doesn't have formal education to have skills that can help them. These are the things I'll be seeking the support of my colleague and the federal government and development partners to solving for our people, apart from fulfilling the responsibility of going to the parliament, which is also to make good laws for good governance and peace and order. Yeah.
Well, you're certainly across what needs to be done. We shall obviously see how you get on and sort of assess you as you go along. But given all the things that you've told us, what lessons have you learned about Nigerian politics and the way the game is played in this country?
I think that nothing has improved. I think we now have more number of people that used to do business in Festac. I don't want to ask people, that will tell you. People used to do 419 all over Lagos, invading our political spaces.
And Festac is a neighborhood.
Yes, all parts of Nigeria. Yeah, so you have people who don't have morality. You have people who don't know how to draw a line between human life and the quest for political office. You have people who want to destroy institutions. When I mean institutions, political institutions, economic institutions, religious institutions. They even have started getting, men of God into the nonsense they are doing. Nothing is any longer sacred in the quest for political power. People who are supposed to be in Kirikiri, normally in jail, running all over sacred institutions of government, whether in the parliament, in the executive, in the judiciary, debasing. I think I come to understand with my literature that all institutions of decency is under attack. whether religious institution, whether political institution, economic institution. They just want to destroy it to be able to be in power. Then the question you ask, what is the ultimate goal? Why do you want to be in power? What do you want to do? And that is why you see lawmakers that will be in parliament, they seem to forget the separation of powers and they want to serve the executive instead of going into the executive. Then you see the executive, bending on institution, judiciary. You don't like a judge, you don't want him to be CJ, you can destroy anything, you can find a way to retire him. Then you have the status of assembly, they wash, the clothes for the governor's wife. A lot of institutions, everything is being destroyed. So there is no institution that is going to save the other. Even they want to recruit the wrong people, they want to put them under pressure, they want to put gun on their head to announce a result. As you can see in most of the areas, they are destroyed. Even the youth service young people that is coming, they want to also corrupt them into the system. So I think all institutions in Nigeria is under attack by men who are supposed to be in Kirikiri because they want power. And the question is, what do they need the power for? It's a kind of business for them to continue to live large on people's resources. I just hope that going forward, that the kind of lawmakers, especially the new lawmakers, yesterday some of us met, will say there is need to do things differently, to have a new parliament that will focus on using the institution of the parliament in solving these challenging national problems.
Well, that's what you say is very inspiring and exceedingly hopeful. But given what you just talked about Nigerian politics, I mean, what is your assessment of how the presidential elections has gone? I mean, because you and the CUPP raised the alarm repeatedly of a plot to rig that election.
Like I told you clearly, from day one, we started raising some of these concerns that there is plan to undermine this election, especially by the ruling party APC. I give it to President Mohamed Buhari that he was able to sign the electoral law, and also give it to him of the marching orders that he issued. And on all those levels, he did very well to find a way to provide a leveling environment. But the actors that were under him was not listening to him. They have a different agenda. That was when I raised the first alarm on the compromise of the voter register, the Omoma Magic. Now, nobody acted. I had expected more support, even from our opposition family, that if anybody can have access to be able to undermine a biometric registration, that person may have access to undermine other things that have to do with the election. The people that were behind the Omoma Magic are still parading, even boasting. The IG never prosecuted them. The CP Nimo never prosecuted. Rather, he even arrested innocent INEC staffs, trying to find out whether they were the one that leaked the information. I talked about the ad hoc recruitment process compromise, that they have people they want to use after training. And you saw that one of the things that caused the early problem in the morning of election was that some of the ad hoc staff that INEC suffered to train, some of these political actors working with some rank in some of the states were able to swap them with people who were party members who didn't even know how to operate the Beavers machine. They started messing the process up as early as 8 a.m. in the morning. Some went to the polling unit without the result sheet. We had the same experience in some of our polling units. Some refused to upload. Some even refused to issue out the duplicate copies to the agent. So most of these things, we predicted that there would be this assault at that level. I talked about afternoon red, which was a shameful moment that we had in Ngwakwala. Less than 48 hours, the president signed the new electoral act. There was an election in Ngwakwala where police officers from this same Imo State Police Command, and they ran what we call afternoon raid, whereby they waited for people to do accreditation and vote with their fingerprints going in, and then they take the Beavers machine, extract the total number that is accredited, and use it to write a figure. This repeated itself in some parts of the country again. We talked about uploading fake results. If you go to the IRA portal today, you will still see strange results that were uploaded. And I want these people because for you to do the upload, it has a history. The person that signed into the device with the email. By now, I had expected that those people that are making this fake upload, is arrested, because under the new electoral act, is a criminal offense. You go to a place they call a civic center or something hall in Omumoru East, most of them mass place. And let's use that as an example, because I keep saying that most of the things that affected Nigeria and that will keep affecting Nigeria is being cooked up from this area because of the character of the people. Yeah. Now, the most important I want to take, go to that civic center or whatever hall in Omuma. You had the accreditation that is 82 or 87. But the result that was posted and uploaded is 320 for presidential, 320 for House of Rep. So somebody deliberately, some of these things we are done even with result sheet that has Jigawa. Because when people try to blame the INEC chairman, I said, what destroyed our election didn't come from Abuja. It was some governors who feel they have had so much audacity to run against the institutions, get away with it with a CP that is adding like an errand boy. They can undermine the whole electoral process. He saw Kogi, he saw Ebony, he saw Imo, he saw different parts of the country that came under, even if he saw Lagos. So, and that's why it pains me that, at this particular age, you will see police officers running to polling unit, chasing people away just to allow some people go in. Look at Njaba. In Njaba, for instance, the political result from Wangele, Isu, and Inkwere, Osbi, Kinsley Ozribo was winning just to collect the one of Njaba, which he was also winning. They stormed the area, police officers with a bubag, an armored personal carrier, and took away the result and electoral officers. That's why that place is inconclusive. And some of the results have already been uploaded on the IRF portal. So what is holding the INEC in collecting and announcing the man winner? So this, in different parts of the country, we had this assault on this electoral process. And that's why I said it's so painful that, all these years, Nigeria is still running around as if to say we come from Burundi or Congo kind of politics. It's so painful.
Well, it's very worrying. Very briefly, because we're out of time. It's been brilliant talking with you. Do you see yourself now as carrying the hopes of ordinary Nigerians, that all this is something like a roll of the dice, but one day the luck of these manipulators that you talk about will run out, and for you, that day has come, given your victory?
Yes. First of all, I'm carrying the burden of Idato people, and that of also Nigerians that have so much hope in me. And I can say that moment have come. And in the last 4 days, I've been speaking to our new colleagues that will have a moment. I remember watching the old clip of 12th January 1955, when the first House of Representatives was inaugurated by John McPherson, the former colonial master, and we have Frederick McCabe, or what they call him, as the first speaker, who later gave power to Jaja Wachuku and so on and so forth. I saw the glory of the Federal House of Representatives, even after them, the people that came after them, that we must restore that glory and use the House of Representatives and the National Assembly as a foundation to solving these national problems of restructuring, of deepening electoral reform. Let's have electronic voting so that you can click and this thing goes once, to remove the activities of this talk. We must find a way to use the institution of the parliament to solve that problem. I have waited all my life, and I hope and I pray that my colleagues will understand the urgency of time, because we have lost the faith of Nigerians, and that's why you see war everywhere. That in solving that war and in averting the living danger, we must give Nigerians something to go home with. It's not painting a health center, it's not buying a motorcycle or keke napep. We must solve national problem using the institution of the parliament.
Well, I have to say, young man, you are an inspiration.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed for coming in. And Ikenga Ugochinyere is a spokesperson for the Coalition of United Political Parties, or CUPP, and now a member-elect of the House of Representatives. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Phew! Man, did you hear that, guys? Did you hear what this man said? Evil, when it's unchecked, it erodes everything. Did you hear what he just said? Even the people, the church people, the young people, everybody, they are just trying to corrupt everything. You see why we can't keep quiet? This is the reason why these people want to take over they want their evil to stain everybody's cloth like palm oil, everybody's white cloth. That's what they want. This is the time to break their back with the pressure from the left, from the right, from behind, from the front. They need to when they go to sleep, let them wake up obedient. Let them go to sleep thinking about obedience. Let them turn one side obedient, turn to the other obedient, then make them not know no peace. That's what we need to do. Did you just hear this young man speak? Did you see the calamity that befell this poor young man just because he's trying to do things right? Hey, I don't say bad. I'm not going to say bad like this. So, give us back our mandate. Welcome to the channel, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate seeing you here today.
Thank you, Omoye. Omoye, thank you so much. I mean, whatever platform that we have, we just have to make our voice heard. I mean, this guy, this
Yeah.
young man. Good evening, good morning, good
Okay.
afternoon from wherever you're watching from. Those in the comment section and everyone all over the world.
Hmm.
Um, Honestly, this man is an inspiration.
I'm
Wow,
telling you.
this guy is an inspiration. I mean, I was just trying to see maybe I can listen in and while I do my take care of my assignment here, but I mean, I can't hold the fire that this young man released. Wow,
Isn't it a beautiful?
I don't know we still have young. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I said it's such a no. I want you to speak, but I'm just like chipping in. It's such a beautiful thing to see. Every person should be encouraged by this young man right now. We need good people to flood the system right now. Go ahead, Mr. T.
I don't know we still have Nigerians that are as patriotic as this after going through all that he went through in school. They burnt his house, went through DSS arrest, different arrests. I mean, see how he laid out how magistrates court should not be prosecuting what they are supposed to do. Man, man. Now compare this man to Desmond Elliot. Car man. This guy is an
I don't know.
inspiration. I mean, I thank God he was able to get into the house of rep. I thank God. I mean, if we have 10 of this guy in the house, things will change for the better.
I'm telling you.
If we have 10 of these people, 10 of this guy in the house that have the same passion, the same vision, the same drive, the same love for his people, and that's what we keep talking to Nigerians all over the world. And like Rita will always say, if you're a man, man up. If you're a woman, woman up. Own to the truth. Own up to integrity. Man, this I mean, Charles himself could not just I mean he on
God himself, he
wow,
comes.
wow.
No.
I mean, this video should be what everyone single Nigerian youth should go and listen to.
I'm telling you.
This guy is a drive. He's a visionary leader. He's a passionate leader. Oh man,
He's a goal, as they say.
man.
The man is a goal. I listened when I first listened to it, I was like, wow, wow. When he said all the institutions of decency in Nigeria are under attack.
He's been destroyed. Impunity, and I keep talking about it. So there was this guy that was brought on Arise TV. Ever since that guy made that statement, he never left me. He said, "We have now used immunity for impunity." And that's what the likes of Wike is doing. How do you imagine someone like Wike, after you have done what you did, you can still gather people together and then tell them nonsense? That is how wicked these people are. They don't care. Imagine Wike telling people on a recorded call that he's gonna kill somebody.
By
He's gonna I mean okay, he's gonna mean I don't know.
he leads someone or so.
Man, man. And you still see people like this Ikenga. I mean, I have to Google his name. I have to go Google right away and just be able to understand where this guy is coming from. Did he get on the House through Labour Party or which party?
Yes, true Labour Party.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
True
Oh
Labour
my
Party.
God!
Yeah.
Now tell me how Peter Obi has not deposited his spirit
He
in the
quoted Peter Obi now. He quoted what
yes,
he was talking. He
yes.
quoted him.
The same thing, the same way he quoted Peter Obi, the same way Gbadebo. I was watching an interview today. Gbadebo keep referencing Peter Obi. He keeps and that's how it happened because now most of Peter Obi's comments or words are now quotes like the one he referenced.
Mm.
If you must be addressed as His Excellency, the process that brought you into office must be excellent. That is a quote that will live with us forever. He will live with us forever. Man, I mean, that guy is an inspiration. Ikenga is an inspiration. This is my first time listening to him. And this guy just he just brought out like ghost bump all over my body. I mean,
This is not
I,
my
I,
first time of listening to him, to be honest. This is not the first time. I've heard him during the when they were about the votes, when they went the INEC thing, those false numbers that they produced. I think it was
oh, it was
when,
one.
remember when this
Okay.
show we watched on Niger Watch, he came out and he was telling, he was the names, because they had not uploaded so
Mm.
many names of people that were so young. The names did not match. So you have like people from the north bearing names like
Oh, he
Chindi.
was one. He was one in that video.
Yes, he was
Oh
the
my God.
with the passion he spoke, and he was calling. He said they didn't. He even said it in this video. All those things he said, they didn't do anything about it. INEC did not do anything about it.
So that means what we've been saying, that the election has been predetermined even
Yes,
before now. So all
yes,
of those things are truth.
that's
And
true.
so someone like this would have interpreted or be about the plans of INEC. And that's why, I mean, these guys around Peter Obi, God bless them. I am sure Nigeria will arise again. I'm so sure. I'm so sure.
As
With
long as
this kind of
we
young man
don't
in the
keep
house,
silent, yeah. As long
we
as
have
we
hope.
don't keep silent and we
We
keep
have hope.
calling out the poison, calling out the evil. Because when you, it's only when you're quiet that the evil will thrive. But if people keep talking, the evil no will get chance. It go they hold back. It go they hold back because people go they disturb them. Like as we they talk now, I tell you they're not they sleep.
Yes,
When they
yes,
sleep, they go they dream of obedience. When they wake
yes.
up, now obedience they go hear. They go on social media, obedience everywhere. I'm telling you, that's what needs to keep happening. And for those who can do peaceful protest, whatever it is that you want to do, this is it. We will not let these people rest. You see this fight? We ready? I wear my khaki on top of leather join. I dey wait. This one, we must get back our country. Not be my ancestral home, not be Negoton to
Mm,
site for
mm.
dancing a cultist dance. Mbano. I no agree. Thank you very much, Mr. T. Let me quickly come to Bamidele for your contributions. Bamidele, can you hear us? You're on mute. Okay,
Yeah,
Bamidele.
yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
can hear you. Yeah,
okay. Welcome to the show, Bamidele. What is your contribution to this? I assume you've been watching us, right?
yeah.
Okay.
This may have some hope, but like, they need to put more young people in in the seat of politics, because it just seems like um all our grandfathers and parents are kind of like running the nation, and they don't want to give young people the chance. But let's say, for example, if these grandfathers were to pass away, you know who is left to which generation is left to lead the nation. um and it's sort of good that we have this young man that's doing this thing. So yeah, yeah, I would say kudos to him. But I think it's just a stepping stone in moving the country forward.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. No, absolutely. And Bamidele, you're young too. Anyone, like I said, anyone who has the desire to want to lead people a part of the change, please join through Labour Party. Become a card carrying member because we all have something to give, and because all the good people have been silent, this is why these people have taken over. So you do have a part to play. So if in any way you're curious and you're interested, please just be a card carrying member and just kind of find a way you can fit in and bring about the necessary change. We can't just expect everybody. We too need to be engaged in this politics and demystify everything because they've made it look like you have to belong to a certain cult to be a politician, which is not true. You can actually be a normal person and just want to bring about change and effect change and do it. But because you have so many terrible people, this is why we have experiencing what we're experiencing.
But though, yeah, sorry for cutting you short. APC and PDP, they are both caught.
That's
Um,
what I'm saying now. They're all cults. We are
if
not
you if you
separating.
listen to we listened to what's his name? This LP spokes guy, I forgot his name. When he used to be in APC, he said by the time he realized APC was a code, that was when he left.
Is it Kenneth Okonkwo?
Kenneth Okonkwo, yes. You know.
He said what?
So by the time he realized APC was a court, that was when he left. You know.
Okay. Well, he realized too late. Oh, we've known that one since the signs have been there all over. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Let me quickly come to Kashi and then I'll come to you, Africa. Kachi, my darling, tomato juice. It's such an honor to have you. No sense I quickly make you moderator.
Is that Kachi on Niger Watch?
Yeah, Kachi from my dad watch. Can you imagine?
I wish you can see her face,
I'm
but I mean,
telling you.
Hey everyone.
Tomato juice here. Oh.
Hello guys. Good morning. How you all doing? I'm so glad to be here today. I mean, the live video popped on my screen and I said, no, I have to join this. I have to come in here and share my 2 cents with everything that has been going on. First of all, everybody with the comment section, I hail everybody, especially good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you all. I trust everybody is doing well. And I also want to say a very big congratulations to all of the obedience. Una too much. I truly salute for everybody. Una too much. Like, Peter Obi's candidacy has made these people, that they run kitty kitty, kata kata, that they run elter skelter. This is the same man they said he doesn't have a structure. This is the same man that they said he will not even win 2 states. This is the same person they said all sorts of things. And let's not forget Oshomole, who came out to say that we were going to run out of steam. I just want to congratulate all of the obedience for coming out, for showing up, and for staying to protect your vote. I mean, a lot of people has gone into National House of Assembly. A lot of the Labour Party contestants, they won because of Peter Obi. I want to say very big congratulations. I, for one, I slept at my polling unit and I thought maybe, it'd be like, now only me go come here, can't sleep. Now lie. Before I reach there, plenty people they they sleep because they don't want anything we go make them here say, tomorrow, no movement. They came there, they slept. I was there, we slept at our polling unit. Woke up, waited for INEC, casted our votes, counted it there and then, and made sure that our vote was uploaded, even if INEC do their mago. And coming to Ikenga, oh my God, can you hear how that man was talking? This is somebody who is passionate for a change. This is somebody who wants Nigeria to be better. And just like what Omoye said, we all have to partake in this. We all have to partake, even a election. These people teaching our business as usual. For broad daylight, 9 person will come rob us. Omame is not possible. It doesn't work that way. Our mumu, it don't really do. Our mumu don't really do. You come for broad daylight, rob Nigerians, and you expect them to keep quiet because you be waiting. Because you are what? Our mumu don't really do. This is not the time for us to even feel disappointed because we have won. The structure where they say we no get in place, we know a lot of Labour Party members won in the different jurisdictions. Even Labour Party Lagos contestants for the Lagos constituency, he won over Banky W. I know so many people don't even know who that guy be, but because they just say LP, everybody just press LP for the ballot paper. So these guys are shaking right now. We have to keep pressing their necks. We have to keep putting the pressure on them. May they know say, we are not here to play. We don't come play at all. We are ready. Anyhow where they want and we're ready to give them bars balls. What now so we go to give and drop it as it's hot. We will continue to dey give them like that. I just said I should come out here and share my 2 cents and encourage everybody watching us. So please don't sit on the fence. Lend your voice if you can. Share this broadcast if you can, like the broadcast, because it will help this message to spread to even more people. We need more people to come to this platform and see the wonderful work that is being done here. So help us to like and share this broadcast. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. It's almost 4 a.m. where I am. I need to leave you guys now. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
So much, Kashi. I really appreciate you showing up. I really do, because we've missed you so much. Say
Thank
Mr. T won't jump through a phone. We really
Well,
miss
I
you.
mean,
Benny's even saying it. This is how much many people, we're always, everybody, they miss you every once in a while. We really appreciate you.
you.
Thank
They
you.
beat me. They beat me like say tomorrow. No, they beat nonsense and bastard come up from my head. But I mean, it's not stopping. There's no stopping to this. There's
No.
no if truly they no say what they do good. They're not supposed to they bring violence. They're supposed to vote. May they believe say their vote go count. But because they not say their candidate bad, that
Yes.
is why hiding. Because people who support Obi, they don't even do it without any stress. You just come out like without stress. I thank you for everything, but this is just the beginning. We're
Yes.
going to claim back our mandate by the special grace of God.
Yes, Ise. Thank you so much, Kachi. Thank you for your passionate delivery there. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad that you're doing so well, you know. For you guys that didn't know Kachi, say because Kachi now obedient, they went and they actually hurt her. They actually beat her up and everything. So we're talking to a life survivor right here, on top of this obedient movement. So I really want to it is you we want to thank. Honestly, the thanks goes to you, Kachi, because we know that your sacrifice will not be in vain. Everything when they do, go be. This is why we are where we are. This is why we keep pushing, because no matter what they do, we must take back our mandate.
That's
If you not be
right.
today, but we must collect them, not be then get them. So we go drag them, reach where the woman will drag them, reach, collect them. So we can't get tired. Too many victims. We cannot be tired. So thank you so much, Kachi, for adding your voice to this and coming up to share with us. I really appreciate you. Your
Yeah,
sacrifice of love will not be forgotten.
thank you.
Truly.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
All right, then. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye. So, my people, hey, let me come to Africa. Africa, welcome to the channel. You have the floor now.
Yes, I hope everyone is doing okay, and to those who are listening to us from Nigeria, from all over the world, we want to say thank you for the chance and the opportunity. I joined you guys late, but I'm not quite sure what you guys. I think you guys were kind of talking about a guy or something like that, but I just want to say that this fight is not over. But a lot of people think it is. A lot of people are already giving up. The other day I was watching on Arise News. I think a couple of guests were trying to say, well, Tinubu won. If Peter Obi really wanted to fix Nigeria, if he really had the interest of Nigerians at heart, he should have just become the vice president, or he should have just stayed with Atiku. They should have been able to, win this election and blah blah blah. I just looked at them and I just checked my head. I said, I can't imagine at this point and at this, age, people are still trying to think in that manner. When it was pretty clear that, Obi won and they still demanded from him. So I just think, at some point, everybody everybody really just needed to be on the same page and be able to defend what they've actually changed. Um, but I am not giving up, just like everyone here, I believe. And I think we are going to be able to reclaim this. It's going to be a difficult fight, but it's not something that we are not going to win. Um, I believe we are going to win this, even though they have everything at their disposal. They have the courts, they have the military, they have the the useless police, they have every form of thuggery that they can lay their hands on. But I think we are going to be able to get out of this, and we are going to win this in the end. A lot of people are scared because they think, because they control the court, this is going to go their way. But I doubt, and I beg to differ that that is not going to be the case. Even though there are some judges that are just going to take money and try to bend this around, believe me, there are still some good judges in there in that court. So people still know what to do. I mean, if you look at the past pronouncement from the Supreme Court, they've pretty much done their job, but they just don't follow the law. We are not begging our leaders to just follow the law. That's kind of what we are begging them right now, but they are not doing it. The other time on Niger Watch, I was listening, and I think I heard that somebody actually, the court actually granted Labour Party to access the beavers and the INEC materials, and they've refused that. You see the impunity everywhere, and people are just not obeying court orders. That's kind of the structure that we want to see gone. That's kind of the structure that we want to be able to eliminate at the end of the day, so we can have a new Nigeria. But I think Obi is going to come out, and all obedient are going to come out victorious in this fight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Africa. Thank you for your points. I know you said you didn't join us from the beginning, but you actually alluded to everything that we talked about earlier. We discussed the fact that they're refusing for Labour Party to inspect the INEC material. So you're on point on that one, and everything you express is everything we're here expressing as well. So thank you for your great points. I'm gonna go ahead and share some of from the streets from
Just a
Nigeria.
minute. Just
Go
a
ahead.
minute, please.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing on the comments, somebody said the Labour Party candidate in Kaduna was they tried to take him off. I'm not sure if that's true.
The Labour Party candidates in Kaduna, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River, they attempted assassination attacks on them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. That's
Yes,
crazy.
it is.
Oh,
But this has been their routine. This is what they do. I'm telling you, this is what they do. You know, look at
and
see
and,
how
and, and it's sad because the guys they sent to do this stuff are just pretty much the same youth.
yeah,
Just like
the
you and
same,
I.
yeah, the same people that they've initiated into their cults. That's what they do. They use them and they dump them. That's what they do. Only if those youths will open their eyes and actually see what these people are doing to them. They just all they do is use these youths, squeeze out the creative juices, squeeze the life out of them, chew them up and throw them away.
Oh
But
yeah, if I may make
go
contribution
ahead,
on that,
Mr. T.
I think it's just like in the Yoruba, they said "Entun shiri mapo nshiri, entun shiri buburu mapo nshiri buburu." The youth, they know what they are using them for. They know they are just after that maybe 500,000 naira or maybe 200,000 naira that can easily solve their problem at the moment, and they know.
But some
They,
of
they,
them know, Mr. T, some of them know, some of them are under hypnosis, some of them have
yes, or yeah,
sworn blood
some
oaths.
are under influence, but I
Some
mean,
of them are under, and some of them have sworn blood oaths in their
yes,
cults.
I mean, like someone like MC Oluomo, you can't tell me that
Exactly.
they know.
They
They
know, so
know.
they sear their hearts. They're not
Yes.
feel.
Yes.
They don't feel for their hearts doesn't feel for the poor people. The people that we're all bleeding in our hearts for, they're not moved by all this suffering. They're not moved because they like to be worshipped. I think it was in Nigeria where somebody mentioned they enjoy that camaraderie because when they're here, they don't get it. Who send their papa message when they come abroad? Nobody. Nobody's rolling out any red carpet for them. But when
And
they get
it's going to change now when they start traveling. Hopefully they are able to travel, because I think Dubai. I think I saw a news that Dubai is banning all Nigerian politicians, including citizens, from coming. I don't know how true that is. Allegedly, I
I
saw
hope
that.
it is true. I hope it
Yeah.
is true.
So
Because what's going to happen now is that they, once these people come to Nigeria, and this is why they want to keep Nigeria the way it is, because they have people they can lord it over. They will go and hire all the house helps, the chefs, not give them any future at all, just so that they can be used and dumped like slaves. That's all they care about. So anything that's going to keep that lifestyle from going on, they will fight it. That's part of the fight, even though the fight is deeper than that, but it is part of the reason why they don't want to lose their privileges that they're enjoying. These people, how wicked and evil they are. They have drunk so many people's blood, so it doesn't affect them anymore. The loss of life does not mean anything to them. They are immune from all of it. They have shielded their hearts from it. It's nothing to them.
will it be easy to say that the election was postponed for them to carry out their evil acts? Maybe delete some people, maim some people. I don't know, because if they
It's
are doing this,
possible. It's
it's
possible. You
possible.
can't take it past them. I
It's
mean, they're
possible.
trying to come up with temporary voters card
Yes.
instead
Yes.
of permanent voters card. They're trying to
Yes.
force temporary voters card so that people can use. I mean, can you just imagine the impunity? And people want us to be quiet. Can you be quiet in the face of this alarming, in your face evil and impunity? We cannot be silent. Even the creator of the world will punish those that are quiet and say, what? You mean this is happening and you are not saying anything? You think I made you? Do you think I made you a Nigerian by mistake? Do you think I chose you to be a Nigerian by mistake? You think it's error? Mm. Oh my God, this is why we cannot be quiet, my brothers. Hey. Anyway, let me share some videos of people on the streets, the voices on the street expressing, their feelings about this so we can hear directly from them. Let me post the link. Somebody is asking for a link. Let me just bear with me. Hi, Casey. I'm just sharing my link now. You can use that link to come into the studio to contribute. Um, sure. Let me know when you can see my screen, guys. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
see.
we can see.
Okay.
Look you IPOP to IPOP and told you that this cloth
Sorry.
look you IPOP to IPOP and told you that this cloth you are wearing is black and you are wearing white or blue. He told you it's black and you have nothing to do about it because he is in power or he is in charge. So that is where the INEC failed me woefully, and I never believed that INEC can do free and fair election in Nigeria. Nigeria should crap the INEC at all. Okay, you can see another person says the same thing. There's might be a way out. I lost even appetite to even go and vote for even the governorship election because for the presidential election, even in my own polling unit, I discovered that my vote was not counted because one, in my own polling unit, after I voted, I was almost the top person that voted. But after then, I was just watching to see the other candidate, other parties. I discovered that there were like Labour Party, BDP, and APC. I found very few people in APC, very few people in PDP. The rest candidate was just Labour Party. But to my greatest surprise, I discovered that that particular polling very few people in APC, very few people in PDP. The rest candidate was just Labour Party. But to my greatest surprise, I discovered that that particular polling unit, I discovered that they say APC won. So I lost appetite of voting both presidential election, governorship election. In fact, I've even destroyed my own voters card.
With Nigeria, we don't have government. Are you hearing me? That is the reality. We don't have government. And as far as I'm concerned, the INEC should be cancelled. They should close their neck down. So whatever they are doing, they know what they are doing. All the magomago, whatever they are doing, even for the past election, for the past government, they always used to be ringing in INEC. So there's no any credibility in election in Nigeria.
Performance rating is out there already. In fact, even a layman can see clearly, Yeah, by rating, they have performed below average. They have poorly performed. Though there is room for improvement with the coming gubernatorial elections. But from what they've done already, talking about the presidential elections, they performed poorly. As at 24th of February, they claim that every needful thing has been done. But on that D-Day, we saw that nothing was done.
Well, expected. In fact, what you and I voted for was not what the INEC came up with. And believe me, it's affecting every nook and cranny of Nigeria. Everybody is affected. People are suffering. You go to banks, you see people crowded over there looking for money, cashless policy, and there is nowhere you see money. All these things are what Nigeria are expecting to overcome. But the only institution now that are supposed to do the right thing is the INEC. And believe me, INEC have not done what we expected of them. And if you run this vox pop throughout today, the citizens will tell you that we receive a disappointing announcement from them, and everybody is affected. My question is, does it mean that they are not feeling what the masses are feeling? The INEC, are they not feeling what we are feeling? And there is no way we can have a new Nigeria if when it gets to your turn to do it mean that they are not feeling what the masses are feeling. The INEC, are they not feeling what we are feeling? And there is no way we can have a new Nigeria if when it gets to your turn to do the right thing, you fail to do the right thing. We cannot have a good Nigeria. We cannot have a better country. People are suffering. People are facing challenges here and there. But the INEC are the ones that are supposed to make things work better. Since you and I have voted, and we know where we voted.
So it is a choice. For me, I think it is better we make the right choice now, which is to get it right. So the postponement, well, if it is what is required at this time, from the declaration at the court, they needed to have some more time because 2 days to election from what is on ground does not in any way show that they are ready. You understand? They say they want to configure the beavers, and in other process of configuration, which Nigerians are expecting further explanation, a detailed explanation as to what extent of configuration, or in this context, what configuration really implies, because arguments are out there that in the first place, there is no need for such a configuration. Beavers is an Android device, and we understand most of us use Android phones. We know how these things work. So let's hope for the best.
Hey, my people. Could I hear something in between for those who are not aware? Yeah? Corruption fighting back. Assassination attempt and attack on 3 Labour Party gubernatorial candidates, Akwa Ibom, Kaduna, and Rivers State, in one day. The hashtag APC and PDP structures of criminality has collapsed. Efforts to bribe the LP gubernatorial candidates have failed. Now they want them. Can you imagine? Tell me this is not madness on steroids. Please tell me. If we keep
It's
quiet, I
not
won't
mad. It's
go,
not
go ahead,
madness. It
spirit
is
of empowerment. Go ahead.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone listening to me. Like, why is
Welcome, my
everybody
brother.
surprised? Like, we live in a kleptocracy and a narco state, and what do you expect oligarchs to do? We're fighting an oligarchy. That's why, again, Peter, His Excellency Peter, Obi, he's just he's an upright man. So he believes in due process, but I personally do not believe in. I believe in fighting the fighting with the weapons in front of you. These people, we trying to play gentleman games with people that are gangsters.
Exactly.
These people are thugs and gangsters. So we there's a famous Cold War saying that says there's an English Cold War saying that says in London, in London, London rules, but in Moscow, guess what? It's Moscow rules. So in Nigeria, it gotta be Nigerian rules, which mean and we all know what those Nigerian rules are. It's deeply seated in us: corruption, thuggery, intimidation. So these are things you should expect. I'm not surprised they tried to kill the three of them. I'm just surprised they didn't try sooner. Because they would try, because they've been trying to bribe them. These people are not taking money. The lady in the lady in River State didn't take the money. So they know that the money can't do it now. So they'll turn to what? Intimidation, thuggery, and murder, just like gangsters do. That's what I'm saying. This INEC merry-go-round, this cock and bull story, this run around that they playing on themselves, not the rest of us. Because I already said it from day one. You know how many times I've talked to you on my, I already told you from day one that this is a farce and I don't believe in it.
I
I
know,
already
but you
told you.
know what? This is why we're here talking. Everybody has something to do here, right? We're only doing what we
Already
can.
said people to start preparing for the upcoming, because we already know where this is. Tell me you don't see where this is heading already.
I see where it is heading, and
So let's
everybody needs
start
to be
preparing
prepared.
for that junction
Yeah,
now.
people are already preparing, so everybody
I'm
has to
talking, I'm
prepare on their
talking making
own.
homemade incendiary devices. I'm not joking about that. Like, people, like, this is the fight for the freedom of Nigeria,
Yeah.
because criminals are taking over the country. The country is a criminal organization, like
Yes.
Peter Obi said. The country itself is a criminal organization where we pay pensions to ex-governors. Why? I do not know.
Exactly.
We
Meanwhile,
pay
the
for
people that have
their
slaved
wives'
away, they don't
offices,
pay.
office of the, that is not even a real office, but we paying office of the wife of of the governor. We paying what's it called for that office too. If there are three wives, Nigerian government and the Nigerian people will pay for that nonsense too. Why? So the country is a criminal organization. So we gotta stop this gentleman. They will not allow access. Why would they allow access to Labour Party? How many Supreme Court orders and High Court orders as Boko Haram blatantly disrespected? The curious case of the IPOB leader, what's his name? Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
How many times they don't tell the government to then return and go Kenya? How many times? Maybe 4 or 5 times. Is he not still in Nigeria? So the court the court judgment, every court judgment is more like a suggestion. As I speak to you, the IG of police, as I'm talking to you right now, the IG of police has not obeyed Supreme Court order. There's nothing that happened to him. The FCC chairman is not obeyed court order. There's nothing that happened to him. So what are we talking about here? It's a farce, and we start preparing for the upcoming conflict, because this is heading towards there. We all can see where this is heading to,
Yeah.
because they can
It's
no longer
clear to
deceive us.
everybody. Yeah. But guess what? People are ready though. That's the difference. People are not even people are in spaces I've been, people are not even worried about it. They're like, bring it, we're ready. There are people who are traveling from here to go and be in the conference. This is how ready people are. I kid you not. These people, they don't even know what they are playing with. They have no idea what is about to hit them. This is why we cannot give up. We have those of us who have voices, use your voice, channel it correctly. Every Nigerian, wherever you are, if you are hiding under the rock somewhere, come out. Your ancestral home is under attack. You only have one home. Everywhere you go to, you're a second-class citizen. Take it or leave it. Make all the money, live in the fanciest homes, you drive the fanciest cars, wear the fanciest clothes, you are still second hand. Your nation needs you. Hey. So, my people, I have something else I want to show you as we move along. Let me just show you something. Can show now.
Whoever say you don't want tell them anything concerning computer, anything concerning server.
You guys see the Desmond go build bridge where he and the children go dey cross. He claims say na bridge he build for Surulere.
That's
Come
not even
carry
the ridiculous
transformer.
part. It's the money that he said it cost
God.
800,000, and when I saw that, I began to curse his generation.
I'm telling you, see the transformer a week to election to show you how demonic, how wicked. Someone who they lick ice cream, they tongue woman hair. Hey, the woman hair when you sit down, when you allow her hair to be tongue. I mean, I sorry for her because they don't collect everything when it belong to her. She don't even know. Oh, let me share screen, OJ. So, please let me know when you can see my screen. Oh. Can you see it? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
The various briefings we received from INEC was all about how.
Okay, let me quickly tell you guys what this is about before I play the video. It says INEC promised us a free and fair election with the Beavers. We spent our hard-earned money and time traveling to Nigeria. Now many people traveled from abroad to go vote, to witness a joke called election. Nigerians in the diaspora. So this is their own.
The various briefings we received from INEC was all about how they are organized and how they are ready. But on the day of the election, all of us here witnessed the drama that was contrary to what the briefing was before the day of the election. Especially the issue of uploading the results of the presidential votes. The Vivas was not doing the transmission of the result to the server from the polling unit. We were all worried, and we came back to Abuja the next day as the collation was going on to say that what we witnessed in the polling units wasn't actually what we were briefed before, as for the use of the BVAX as the game changer that even made all of us. Some came from as far as Oceania, about $4,000 flight ticket. Some came from DR Congo, not less than $1,500 flight ticket. Some came from Monrovia, some came from France. So when we calculate this sacrifice, we are not here to witness an unserious process. If that's the case, we prefer watching it in the television and we say, okay, that's our usual way. But the call for getting it right was issued months before the day. And that is what motivated us to come. And as we witnessed what was going on, today reinforcing our stand, the stand of NIDO worldwide, as we are reinforcing, is that this election is not free and fair.
Now here, everybody's talking. Nobody's silent. Nobody. This is what we need to be happening. And whatever else needs to come or be happening, even in the midst of this talking, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Not be all mouth person say they talk. There are things that we cannot talk about here. You guys know that. You guys already know that. I beg, make we smile, oh jare. Let's watch our our candidates strolling. I beg, make we smile small. Better person. Live your life so that you will be loved. Eh? Let's hear what these aggrieved people are talking about.
Due to our property, millions of naira. Is it okay? Is it better this way? No, it's wrong. After they said Nigeria, how are we going to be one Nigeria? Look at people property, money, billions of naira have gone. They are wicked, but there is God. God will fight for us. God will fight for the poor. Since they don't want us to live, they will not live to see their children. They killed somebody. Our Baba that used to play with us is no more. We can no more see him. He can no more play with us. They came with gun fuel. Is it okay? It's not proper. Due to our proper.
This was the market now that was destroyed at that Nigeria. We must break the back of this evil. No. Lie. We know they give up. Hey, Peter Obi's bid is a tribal war in Lagos. 95% of my Yoruba friends voted for him. Okay, let's hear what Madam is talking about.
Of strict compliance and determination to strictly comply. It's the same thing with law enforcement. Look, there are good people everywhere, there are bad people everywhere. Nothing anybody tells me will persuade me to believe that some of the law enforcement officials have not been compromised. There's no other explanation except extreme stupidity. Now, maybe there's no other explanation except extreme stupidity. Now, maybe because there's been such an uproar about the rubbish that happened the first time, maybe everybody will pull their socks up and perform better next weekend, right? But, I am in despair. I mean, this whole thing is so shocking. Even the attempt.
Believe me, you're not alone. Yeah. I mean, there is an extraordinary sense of despair across Nigeria. I mean, that's just being factual. Yes. And I think you convey that feeling quite well. But Prof.
Can I just say something?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Something that I'm also extremely concerned about, the big lie that this Peter Obi thing is a tribal war between, especially in Lagos, between Igbos and Yorubas. I can tell you, 95% of my Yoruba friends voted for Peter Obi. I can assure you of that. and they are even more depressed than I am right now.
Right.
Sometimes I'm even the one consoling them and saying, well, is Tinubu really that bad?
Yeah. Well, let me come to you, Prof. Because obviously, as we said, this thing is bogged down in a legal challenge now. I mean, INEC has assured the courts that all the data and material used for the presidential election will be properly saved and will be secured. Do you have any doubts about that?
Yeah, in every sense of the word, absolute doubt, not just doubt, mistrust. And
of
Now, so I'm glad everybody is speaking out, guys. The obedience are not, they're pressing necks.
I've
And look
said
at
it before. Moving forward, we all need to consider that INEC is a criminal organization and Mahmoud has been compromised. So they are like anything they say is distrustful. They talk to the one program, a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. And that data they're telling you that it's gonna be saved and secure somewhere. I can tell you today, mark the 10th day of March. When they ask them to produce that document in future, they'll tell you that document has been corrupted. I can bet anything I have on it. It will tell you that
I
information
believe
has
you,
been
my
corrupted.
brother.
That's what
We
we'll tell
can't
you.
take
Mahmoud
anything
has
past
been
them now.
compromised.
Yeah. We can't. No, you're right. So let me just share with you guys. This is our incoming governor of Lagos State. You guys see him in all white. That's Gbadebo. And this guy, Oworu Olumide, he's the one contesting for Surulere, the seat that what did they call this idiot? Desmond. Na him dey contest for him seat, so make una mark him face. Na him una go vote for. LP, his name is Olumide Oworu. I will find Abi Oworu Olumide. I will find I think I saw one of his videos earlier. I'm going to play it here so that you guys can familiarize yourselves, and please tell your people back home, this is the person that's going to replace Desi. Na him go replace am. That's the Lagos the LP chairwoman. Right, this woman fire for fire. If to say not be chief fight, they for not release, they for not give Peter Obi Lagos. Na him come out come dey scream say the numbers no match. They be wan comot Lagos give am to Agbado. So we have a good chairwoman in Lagos. Let me see. So, in spite of the attack on the Labour Party governorship candidate for Kaduna State earlier, the man was able to complete his massive rally. Talk about determination. Omo, hey, if you are not obedient, I don't know what you are doing. No, talk about focus, immovable. The man still, in spite of the attack, the assassination attempt on his life, man still showed up for his rally. I doff my cap. Okay, what is our Rufai talking about here? Rufai is he must be protected by all means, so I beg. Let's hear what he has. Me, I like listening to Rufai, so please. I like Rufai. Let's listen to him.
There were no irregularities. Nobody died. My God. I'm happy he has backtracked from that. In this statement, what he said was that there were irregularities alleged by people, and the way to go is the court. We are in a democratic dispensation, and we are back to democratic rules since 1999. We've had like 7 iterations of election cycle. We will abide by the court. But in abiding by the court, Nigerians are also calling on the judiciary to stand tall. In recent times, people have lost confidence in the judiciary. And people are taken aback. And the judiciary too has not re-established that level of confidence. We all saw here when the Supreme Court was reacting and abusing in Nigeria for writing articles about how it feels about the Supreme Court judgments, which the Supreme Court should never do. So I think most importantly, The eyes of the people are on the Supreme Court judges as this case pan out. And the truth has to be told. Nigerians will look at you critically. And whatever you do in the determination of this will deepen or destroy democracy in this country. And that's why a lot of Nigerians are imploring you that please do the best you can for the country in accordance with the law. No pressure. Because anybody that is right thinking about Nigeria should know that when all those countries say things about Nigeria with their media outlets, the Economist, the Times, and the likes,
I don't know if you guys have heard this guy. This guy made me laugh. I really like this guy's video. I want you guys to listen to him. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but I'm going to play it for you guys.
Everybody that they play Wayo Sus. Maybe today that they rig. If it's your turn now, they catch you. The one rig, you know, go carry master riggers. They're the thief for public. They do everything sharp. Go return the certificate where you collect, or the certificate where they take the return. So certificate of return, go return now. Since 1969, they rig the come.
That's true.
Now the you use. What if you say you go down and pull him, everybody, make them see nobody go touch. Then as you use, you crazy. That's why deceive you. You need to go arrest them because that certificate of return you take a picture. So a very expensive picture you take, but you go return now. They're not advised you say this is our generation, our head na head of Jericho. They don't they deceive us. Una sabi play wayo. They misbehave. That they use agbada till they play new generation people wayo. Now go take us step low. Now go take us play. We're too wise. Return the certificate. Return the certificate. You win election. Just like I said the words they mourn. Every year quiet. Everywhere. Country will not be Nigeria self quiet. I return election be that. Like that old man was. Because they just never announced and you don't know say you know. Talk to us. So I just talk to you. You don't know say you know. Record the video.
Hey, my people, nobody quiet for this matter. Oh. Nobody. Everybody they talk, my people. Everybody. You know get who know they talk. You know get who know they talk. Return our certificate, Agbado. Return it. Una go dey see us for una dream. Una sleep by mistake for afternoon now obedient una go see. Una wake up for middle of night now obedient una go see. If una hear person dey call una name, now obedience dey call una name. Una never know the kind. Una never know wetin una put hand. Abeg mo listen to our Lagos candidate Ojare. Joe Ballard, welcome. I will come to you after this video. These people. Let's say because we don't dey quiet since now, so you go just dey go for them.
The presidential candidate is my hero. You can call me Peter Jr. I respect his principles. I respect that he has made love and emotion a part of our politics again. I respect the fact that he's so hardworking. I respect the fact that he's so courageous to create a new type of politics. Can you imagine what it takes for a presidential candidate to come out and say, we know they give shishi, and persistently stick with that? A presidential candidate that will always go and meet the people. He does not turn down opportunities to engage with the people, while we had other presidential candidates that were running away from debates. So he's a role model. He's someone I look up to, and I'm proud to be associated with him. Nothing is going to happen. Come out and vote. You see, that last time, they deceived us, all the security patrols, the chairman of INEC saying that we're going to have electronic transmission. We've seen their hand.
Cool. All right. Welcome, Joe Ballard. Thank you.
Madam Pomo, yes, corner.
Hey, my brother, welcome.
Egbe fuere.
Egbe wo fumere. Egbe ye fuere.
Thank you so much. See, I'll be so angry since yesterday. You know why I'm angry?
Right.
It wasn't yesterday. I'll be there for yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. When they play Wike's video, he said something that they ensure that any states where all those five on integrity governor, whatever they call them, he shot himself, that they ensure that APC confess, or he have the mind, how will I put it, the audacity to say that they decide who confess and who comes second, and they did it. Why am I saying all this thing is that it's like 200 and something million Nigerians are just being controlled by few individuals. And sometimes I will just be thinking, where are those intellectuals in the country? Where are those people who have run out of the country, who have gone to acquire one or two things? Is it that we allow these few individuals to be controlling us? Okay, what are we doing? Recently, I heard that INEC chairman have not released, give them the opportunity, the lawyers and all of that, Peter Obi's lawyer, to go and inspect the material they want to inspect. I don't know. Hello?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and up till now, like what I hear the Labour Party chairman said this morning, is something that get me worried. Is it that we are going to allow INEC chairman or whatever his name is to just be doing what they want to do? I don't understand. Is it that we are going to be sleeping, watching these people to destroy our future? Or we are waiting for Peter Obi to give us a go ahead before we know what to do on how to rescue our country? So it's all fortunate. See, I don't really know. No matter how comfortable you are in the world, remember, Nigeria as a country still remain your home. And I cannot imagine what has happened to so many of us in the country, whereby after graduation, no job. Many Nigerians are still suffering as we speak right now. Lecturer, professor don't have money to buy food for their children or to even clothe themselves. People are living without electricity in their house, no water. We are here allowing these people to decide our future. I don't really know. Sometimes it gets me worried. Is it that we are going to continue like this? It's just a question I'm asking. No, I don't know.
I don't tell them for back home. I don't tell them say, listen. If all of una no gather together, fight for the freedom of this country. If you allow Agbado and his minions, if you allow that to be your president, make una no call me for the 4 or 8 years, because if that happens, I will wash my hands of. If everybody just allows this without not even as much as civil disobedience or even a measly protest, because they are attempting to steal the destinies of grandchildren yet unborn after they don't borrow money for their head to the tune of 77 billion. Now somebody is gonna have to pay them back.
It's trillions, trillions.
Sorry, trillions. It's probably in dollars. If you turn the $1 billion, we both right. This situation, people are waiting for Peter Obi. He's not that kind of person that will say. He already said that he's not running for president. You guys are running for president. See, this is why I didn't not want to join the movement in the first place, because I foresaw this day, and I thank God I didn't book a ticket back home. Because I'm telling you right now, if I booked the ticket back home and I spent thousands of dollars to go back home and to witness that rubbish, there's no how it will not spur me to do something very, 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 very terrible, because that's an insult to and I pity the people that really traveled back. That I'd hope people went back home just for this beavers nonsense. But bro, if you knew you were going to do that bullshit, we would have watched that shit back in London. Are you serious? Bro, everything needs to calm down. I know Peter Obi is not going to tell anybody to go to the street, but the people that voted, because I cannot be more angry than the people that voted, and the people that voted, and they don't. From the outside looking in, it seems they're not as mad as I am. So what am I going to do?
No, they're mad. They're mad.
Is it that they are waiting for states governorship elections and the House of Assembly to go on first, to come and go, or how would I put it?
I
Before they
think
can.
his plan is to hold it together till the tribunal. But I'm saying the moves that INEC is making, and Peter Obi can't listen. The man is at this point, at this junction, Peter Obi is a populist. We cannot agree he's a populist. And the thing about populism is, at some point, there's a junction where the populist, quote unquote, populist candidate can't control the populist.
Of course.
Because he already said it that he's not running, that y'all are running. So if the national chairman of Labour Party don't talk, I'm saying if we go through this process and it becomes abundantly obvious that these people are just jerking us around, like how does the country not inflame? Like, I don't know how you keep it together.
I can tell you for free that people are not keeping it together. I really am, because everybody is frustrated in Nigeria. At least majority of the people, they are. People right now, I don't even there because whether they let me tell you, people are literally being deleted every day. You guys heard about the train and bus accident recently now.
Yes.
It's still going. There are so many
Of
horrible
course.
things going on.
Listen,
People don't care anymore. They don't.
Listen,
They are
I
ready.
hate
They
to laugh,
are ready.
but
I'm telling you. The only reason why I think we're not seeing it yet is because they are doing their own plans, because we know we're not on the ground. There's only somebody on the ground now, because I think somebody from the north called into Niger Watch today earlier on when I was on, and he was talking about how the north is not, everybody is unhappy about it. People are waiting. People are just ready to just get on the street right now. So I tell you guys, it's not what we think, because we're so far away from home, we don't really know what's happening. But people on the ground are reacting. We might not see it because una know they know they give their lights. Una know data. Now data they take they work. It not be like here when we see you waka small, you see Wi-Fi. If you come out for your house now, you fit still connect internet. You can't try it in Nigeria. No data, no connection. My brother, Prince of Belgrade, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Sorry I came late.
Kò sí wàhálà, we dey here.
I just did one 5G with some of my friends like that. They no gree make a quick comment. I was like, what the hell, man? Let me go home.
You know, tell them say fire dey catch for house. You want
Those ones don't want no. They even drag person enter motor self. You don't even see road again. I just say, may I dey come house, I beg.
welcome. At least you don't do something for inside belle. That's good. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Nice to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you very much. Well, as it is now, even I just had some serious fight on Instagram. One page like that put Tony Abraham or something. They lament, say obedience, won't use course. Won't use course, pursue am go another planet.
Who is that?
One Yoruba movie actress like that.
Oh, yeah, they're all in Agbado's pocket. I don't really
they are.
take any of them seriously. Like, they, especially the ones that live in Lagos, hungry, very hungry children.
You know,
their stomach infrastructure. Oh my gosh,
man,
is the worst, bro.
Today I don't fight tire because the thing is, they said they went to attack her from Netflix. They wrote letters or memos to Netflix that they shouldn't air movies or stuff like that. So she was lamenting that, what did she do? Because she supported Agbado. Is this why all this is happening to her? Why can't people chill? I was like, I just said one small thing. I just said na Indian film you go shoot last. Omo, that's what I said.
Nah, G, that
Somebody,
requires actual
oh,
art.
that's
That requires
somebody.
coordination. You know how difficult that
That's
shit is?
nobody.
You don't think that shit easy, bro? Like the choreography and shit. Like no, G, that shit hard.
So people just started facing me, but I made sure I was answering them one by one. I did not relate. I say, yeah, we die here today. If they
Nah,
at
I
least
don't go back and forth with those children of corn. No, no, no,
they
no, no, no.
started trolling me, I was like,
I don't.
I
No,
think,
see,
but
it's like light and darkness. We are not meant to understand each other. In fact, I'm happy when they don't understand me because if we understand each other, that means we started to think alike. I know anybody that can see that fossil, that
but man,
kleptocrat, and tell
the
me is anything resembling an ounce of a good leader. Oh, sir, we have no discussion. You're obviously an idiot, and I will not talk to you. It's as simple as that.
trust me, the fear of the obedience is the beginning of wisdom. Don't just cross our path at all. Because I think they frustrated her to one level. She had to just open up and say, please, like Egba me, you know, that kind of uh gesture, like please help me, it was
Again for
crazy.
food, again stomach infrastructure. It's like, ah, man, I didn't growing up, man, like I didn't know that our people were this
I have to tell one of the guys that replied me. I said, look, when you're a public figure, one thing is that you should be very sensitive to what's happening in your society. Okay? Try and understand. Don't just jump. October 2020 is a day we can never forget. Those people didn't die in vain. They can never die in vain. That is very sensitive to at least most of
Live
the
in
youths.
vain or cry in vain. Choose your preferred mode.
Okay. This is my first offense, so I think I should have an award for that self. I know they talk all this thing normally. None of those people should buy in vain or miss in vain or whatever in vain. It's very essential for you to be very, very systematic in what you do as a public figure. People are looking at you. People are trying to emulate you. Young girls are trying to be like you. Now, what you stand for is accused of rigging. What you were pushing all over our face, other actors and actresses were there. They codedly, silently, they were treading carefully. I'm not going to form one pity party for anybody as it is. You make your decision, you carry your cross, you face your thing. I haven't been connected to whatever happened with the news today, so I really don't have much to say. That's just about it. I just wanted to share my experiences with you guys today. I don't know. I've
Okay.
been working since.
All right. I'll break it down as you hear people talk. You're gonna know as well. But
Mhm.
basically, INEC refused for LP to go in look into the INEC materials. That's the big story. And then we shared some videos of people on the street, what their thoughts are about this whole sham, this whole broad day armed robbery. And we also talked a little bit about the gubernatorial election. And of course, three of the candidates, the Kaduna, Akwa Ibom, and River State candidates, they attempted assassinations on them, but they survived it, thankfully. The Kaduna rally went ahead. The gubernatorial candidate of Kaduna still went ahead with his rally and was very successful. So that's the long and short of it. But I'm going to quickly come to Sister Ephrata before I come to Mr. Patrick Obona. Welcome, Ephrata Catfish.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you. So it's been a rough 2 weeks for me, very rough, But the only thing I was just beginning to think about yesterday is, and I don't know if anyone can answer this question. So what is it with? Okay, now that the election is over and everything, what's wrong with them now? They should release money for people. Are they trying to control? I think this is all like a control thing.
It's a control thing.
Yeah, because I don't understand why they still. Yeah. So what's going on with that? I think they're trying to
I
restrict
think
people.
they've twisted themselves into oppressor because bear in mind these are people devoid of any integrity. So you take what they say with a grain of salt. But anyway, Emefiole, because that's what I call him, he's a thief. Emefiole said he has begun the destruction of all the old notes. Remember when they told him to begin circulating it the first time they told him, he said he's begin destruction. So I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is that they don't have the old ones anymore. If he was telling the truth that he destroyed them, and they're waiting for the people that kept it in their house to bring it out. So, so pending the time they do that, because you need money to print money, and he said he doesn't have he can't print anymore because they asked him. So yeah, that's the reality.
Yeah, I believe that these people had everything planned out. They wanted to hold people down, keep them where they are, because of these two things that they've taken away from us: fuel and what do you call and currency. I think it's just a part of the game to keep people from being able to, have resources within their means to do things. I think that's what it is. So that's going to bring me to my next point, whether you agree with me or not, but this is my opinion. I don't really think anything is going to happen. I think that this protest that we're all wanting to happen, right? I don't think it's going to happen. I think that we are just going to continue talking and talking. And after a couple of months, I believe that maybe around the time that Badu is going to get sworn in, there might be noises here and there. But I don't really think that we are ready yet. You see that our word we're looking for, that big revolution? I don't think it's because if it was going to happen, there's nothing else holding the people back. I mean, I know Peter Obi said what he said, and you understand, but not even Peter Obi could have been able to stop the people. Think about it very well.
You think so?
I believe so because I feel like, do you know that, like, sometimes this see, when you have water, wind, fire, like all the what's it called, the everything coming into place, and then the universe just, there's timing. There's also, I'm just saying that if with the so-called naira scarcity, fuel scarcity, and then this election where they rig for everybody see them, they obvious like this, it did not cost a flame, an outburst that nobody could stop, just like NSAS. I don't think the timing has come yet. That's what I believe.
You think so?
I believe that, yes, Peter Obi came out and he said, the youths make an enter house, I don't want you guys to get killed. But that wouldn't have stopped anybody. That's what I'm thinking. It's just sinking in now.
Okay, that's what you think, though. It's your opinion, right?
Yeah, because we have 36 states, we have millions of youths.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if you've ever, I don't know, and I don't pray and I don't wish this upon anyone.
Yeah.
Have you ever really been desperately poor without, and then your mind is psychologically drained? Have you ever been in that kind of situation before? I've never been.
Well, I have. I'm almost 51, so I would say definitely.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
You
Yeah.
haven't been desperately poor to the point where I'm willing to do anything.
But
And I
that's what
have
I'm saying. Oh my, yeah, think about it. That's
Wait,
what I'm saying.
wait,
If indeed
wait,
we've gotten to that point, nothing will stop it.
make
Okay. Okay. All right.
You have to understand the dynamics of Nigeria. I don't know. I know so you did visit Nigeria. Yeah, we've spoken before. So yes, maybe you visit Nigeria. Number one, you're dealing with people when we say they don't try, not be say they never try. Every time they try, they will break them. In the sense that they will either carry the person, throw am for inside one jail somewhere, forget am.
But that's what I'm
Or
saying.
wait now,
Okay.
wait. I'm trying to now tell you why I feel it is time. and why I feel that all this effort we are putting in is not in waste. That's where I'm going to. And then on top of that, everybody knows about NSAS. Wetin happen? They killed the number of people they killed, and they you see me, they use me the wrong word. You get it? They delete the number of people they wanted to delete. Nothing happened, right? They even denied it to the international media, denied it to themselves, denied it to everybody. Okay, a lot of things have happened. This is the breaking point. Me and you, we don't know when this whole thing is going to set ablaze. It's just a matter of time. We cannot continue like this. You see this one that you are saying that you don't think we. You are indirectly talking to yourself. I'm not, I'm just trying to make an explanation here. So please don't take it personal. Right? It involves all of us. It's not just those people back home. No, it's not just about them. We are their battery now. You know when you buy new battery for any equipment wey you dey use, na you be the battery wey go charge the people back home to understand say if at all that thing is going to blow up completely, they're going to see how. Kachi called in earlier. I don't know if you were here when she did. Kachi dey Nigeria o, but the way she take talk, everybody for this panel hear her now. Everybody is ready. We just don't know when that whole thing will just light up. But right now, you and I, it's going to require you, me, everybody that's Nigerian. If you dey live under the rock or cave somewhere, it will require everybody to add their 2 cents. They say little drops of rain make an ocean. Not so they talk am. That's what needs to happen. Are you kidding me? No.
Okay.
You think about the fact
Wait.
that this evil will now be the one ruling over the children that are born today and the ones that are coming tomorrow.
Okay. You don't talk finish.
Ha.
Okay, so
My
please.
sister, they are ready.
All right. Okay. No. I did
Mhm.
not say the people are not well. Okay, I might have said the people are not ready, but maybe what I should have said was they might be ready. Okay, but they're not at the point yet where there's something you might want to do. Okay, I'll do this, but you never really get to it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the people are not frustrated enough. That's not my point. Everybody is. Okay. Let me now. So in 2012.
They will act at the time
Okay.
they want to act. Just like you
Okay.
explained that, okay,
Yeah.
everything is timing and blah, blah.
Yeah.
You will be
So
surprised.
in 2012, right, when Jonathan was he increased the price of fuel and everything, and then there's this protest that went across all over the world. I went to New York, the Nigerian embassy. In fact, I met Sowore for the first time. I was actually put in the what's it called, the headline of his Sahara Reporters news, and the thing went viral. Why? Because we were all protesting. I raised up my hand just like Aisha Yesufu did. I still have pictures. So what am I saying? I live in New Jersey. I went to New York, and then there was protests all over. So why protests never start to happen since 2 weeks now after a election? That's my point. When that happened, it actually started from the diaspora. People for London, all over the diaspora. Then it took off in Nigeria. But it's been 2 weeks now, and nothing is going on. That's my point. I'm saying there's something. I'm not saying the people are not frustrated. I'm just
because
saying that.
it's
We're not saying that
because
the
of the
people are.
grace.
What we're
It's
saying
because
is
of the
that
grace
I am
of
saying that the
B.
people are frustrated.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well,
Who was talking?
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry. Spirit of Oboran, when are you they talk?
Yeah,
Continue.
that was me. But I wanted to say the things would have sparked up the edge if he didn't come out and just diffuse the situation. That's really.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, it would have topped up. But now that we know, we try. They're trying to follow. We trying to follow him because I already told you when this thing kicked off that this is a facade. That's me because I know the people I'm dealing with. We have an institution and a culture of corruption. That's the culture of corruption is a way of life. It is us at this point. We can no longer deny it. It is us. So I know that's bullshit. But he has said let's follow due process so that it can be an example to
But
the
that's
upcoming generation,
but
which
that's
I
what I'm
respect.
saying.
But
It brings me
there's
to
a
I'm saying that,
junction.
yeah, that's my
There's
point.
a junction because at the end of the day, he's branded himself as a populist. He can't go back now. He's branded himself as a populist and said he's not running for president. You are running for president. Oh, and if you are running for president and someone cheats you out of a position, I mean, there's only one logical step next, isn't there? And that will not come except he said we should go through regular process. But there's a junction where even him will not be able to control the population he has ignited.
Thank you very
Fired.
much.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see, I'm now Ephrata. The truth be
He said the same
Yes.
thing I said. He said the same thing. He might have articulated it in a different way, but not the same thing when I talk. And what did I say?
Not be the same thing. You just talk, say you no see I'm changing. That's different. You even post comment now. I see your comment now. When I call they say to Fiakwa, you talk you say it looks
People
like
are
we are
planning.
going to continue
These
like
Gen
this.
Zs are
Different.
they planning. They're talking about if they use soldiers to shoot them like the way to harm them. Sorry, to harm them like the way they tried to harm them the last time.
Yeah.
They're talking about going after relatives and posting addresses of said police officers. So this fight is not gonna be like 1993 or 1983. You feel me? We can
And it's not
all
gonna be 2020 either.
exactly. You feel me? They're different types of warfare. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
heard about the guy Chinedu who came out the other time saying how we should go after. We've heard all that, but my point is, 2 weeks later, nothing don't happen, and then
How
the
you
leader.
take no? How you take no? You
Today,
because you know
this time is different. I
No,
can
what
feel
do you
it in my
mean?
bones.
No, what do you mean? How I take no? You and I are watching it every day.
Yeah,
We're
but
part of it.
because you don't see anything doesn't mean nothing is happening. You keep saying nothing is happening, but you're not there on the ground, so you don't know what's
People have
happening.
protested
That's
though.
my
To be
point.
fair, they protested in London.
Yeah.
But I didn't say
in
they
London
didn't,
twice.
though. I think you guys just want to oppose me just for the sake of opposing
No,
me. Because
no,
I'm
no,
saying,
I'm not opposing you.
hold
no,
on,
God
I've
forbid.
said also that
facts, though.
I said people have tried here and there, but when Peter Obi
I
came,
have a question.
all right,
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Africa.
Sorry, I just joined you guys again. This lady said, I don't know your name, Efata, what it is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
my name is Mrs. Florence
Florence,
Omorige.
yeah.
Yeah, if you have to address me by my name.
Okay, Mrs. Florence. Do you
Yeah.
mind if I ask, are you a citizen of Nigeria?
I am a citizen of Nigeria. Yeah, I'm proudly Edo. Okay, I have a business there. Yeah, Domosa. Yeah, I'm partly Edo and Ishan. My mom is Ishan. I speak Ishan very well. So you can, yeah. I am Edo. I go to Nigeria every day. I have a business there as we speak. So
That's
I don't
good.
know. You go ahead and ask whatever you want to ask.
When you said they are not doing anything, who are you referring to? Nigerians or other citizens? I don't understand.
What brought about all this discussion is everybody's kind of like really getting very upset that here we are waiting. Peter Obi said, don't do anything, so everybody enter house, but we're not happy. We want things to happen, right? And then I said, but the way it's going now, it's like nothing is going to happen. No. Now, so we'll just look. That's my point. You understand? I'm not saying nothing should be done. I called into Nigeria Watch yesterday or today, I think, and I was saying, look, let the people back home, if they are afraid of, because of the safety, if Peter Obi is afraid for the safety of the youths, we in the diaspora, we can start our own. That's how we started in 2012 when we were fighting against Jonathan. And I gave an example of how me personally, I've met Showore. I was part of the revolution now. Yeah, that was in 2012. All right. So what I'm saying that make it not come be saying, so we'll just they look. But I also said that I know that before Tinubu is his inauguration, there will definitely be protests. But the way they look at black people will come rest because it's like
There's
the
never
timing.
going to be an
I'm saying it's like the timing for this revolution that we're all looking for. it's like he's not here yet. That's what I said. I said, because if he was, what is stopping people from doing what they have to do? Because there's no money, there's no fuel, no food, nothing. So how far can you get pushed to the wall before you do something? That's all I said.
still believe that is because of His Excellency.
Can I
I really truly believe that it's because of him. Please carry on.
Okay, we need to come to sorry, Mr. Patrick. Are you the one talking?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. See, Nigeria, I don't know what to call it, but I can see all of you are outside in diaspora. Me, I'm here in Nigeria, precisely in Ibadan. A lot of things is happening here. My auntie that is talking that things are not happening. Things are happening in Nigeria as a whole. So people are preparing. It might seems as if things is not happening. But our leader, our president to be, Mr. Peter Obi, is saying calm down. Don't go fighting ahead of the time. When they're done with the court, though we might not wait till they're done with the court, but at least for us to calm down now. You know how these people are fight. The way they come to us with beavers and all sorts of things. In fact, it's like I don't know what to call it. We all prepared, everybody prepared for this election, and they turn it to nonsense. Even the person that is claiming that he won, combine Mr. Peter Obi and am I talking? Are you hearing me?
We can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
All right. The person that has claimed that he won, Mr. Peter Obi and Atiku that combine their vote together, cannot go half of what they won. We never see where they were counting APC vote that day. For all the places we watch, this is clear robbery, and we youths are not ready to accept this. In fact, so you can go ahead, my auntie Flores. Just calm down. If you are starting your protest there, no problem. It's not better for you to start there. But we are in Nigeria. We are here. We are ready already. But we have to wait for our leader to. He's not going to tell us go ahead. He's not going to tell us go ahead. Before we start following him, the way we see him talk, the way the way he addresses people, the way he does to people. That's why we started following him. We're not following him because he's an Igbo man. Though I'm an Igbo man, but if it is an Hausa man, if it's a Yoruba man, anybody it might be, I will follow him because the way he does. If it is Tinubu that is making wave like Peter Obi, I will follow him. It doesn't mean. So we are not keeping calm. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Patrick.
I have a question, sir. Since it's back home,
go ahead. The spirit of the
I just want to ask him a question. I think you said situation is like because I'm not back home. I just hear from my friends, and they are obviously very, very upset about it.
Yes.
And like everybody knows, everybody's not doing anything because of Peter Obi. But the Labour Party, what are they saying? The party itself. I know the chairman came out. I don't even like the press conference that he gave with only one news source. That was only channels, and in the interview he gave and said they're not allowing them in there. You can't just tell one person. Like, you need to bring that out. Newspaper, like, people should know about it.
Even the manner at which he was saying it,
Exactly.
there is no force in it. I was angry.
I mean the chairman.
Yes.
The party
he didn't
chairman.
convey that very well at all. It to me just very, very lukewarm.
Because he doesn't want to incite the people. That's
yeah,
it.
You're right.
It was intentional.
Yes. It's just
You're
like
right,
Peter Obi at the same time. It's not somebody that do things gara, initial gara, just scatter things just like that. He's just following the footstep of Mr. Peter Obi.
there needs to be a
He's a
coordinated
gentleman.
effort to protest to the INEC office. Like these people just need to know that, like, that we not. I'm
So I
laughing,
have
but
a
it's not
question
funny.
for Mr.
It's not funny
Patrick.
because
Yeah, I have
Yes,
a
yes.
question for you, Mr. Patrick.
they're really about to use Tipex and this stupid, like they're really about to use this nonsense style, like this, as if everybody in Nigeria is stupid. Like, say we don't have some of the most brilliant black people on earth. Like, no, bro.
There is,
No, you need
there
to
is,
come out.
there is,
So, Mr.
there is,
Patrick, I have a question.
yes.
So, since you're
All
on
right.
the ground, can you hear me? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Since you're on the ground, are there any
Yeah.
talks of occupying the INEC offices? Are there any talks of marching to, for instance, the chairman's house and surrounding it, for instance? I mean, I've been hearing those rumors, but what do you see on the ground happening? And from your own end, what kind of efforts are being put out there to, come out and make your voices heard?
Yes. People are, as you are talking there, so people are talking here, seriously. But the day they went to court, people still come with Mr. Peter B to the court. So there were much more people there. There are people there that come to support him. So you just tell them that they should calm down. That calming down doesn't mean the proposed revolution will not come. It will come. But people are seriously agitating and they are ready. There is even, I think there's a news. I watched a news on Arise or Channel yesterday night where some journalist was interviewing some residents in Port Harcourt. Everybody from A to Z there are ready to fight this man. They are ready to fight this corruption that we're in now. But we are just waiting for courts, whatever they are going to do, all the garbage they are going to do there, whether they're going to do it well to our own favor or not. So you understand? So for me here, I'm organizing my people. We are fully ready. This one not be say we fight to finish now. This one will not be NSAS issue. If they want to kill all of us at the same time, let them kill all of us. So people are ready. But we are just waiting for all the rubbish they're going to do in the court, whether they're going to do it to our favor or not. No. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Good
Mr. Patrick.
evening, Ms. Omoye. Can I
Yeah, let me come to
I
Mr. J. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. J.
got it. So I was online just listening to the conversation. Now I want to refer to what Mrs. Florence said earlier. I think we need to look at where she's coming from. I understand where she's coming from because she's looking at it from the typical Nigerian, factor where things happen and it will be swept under the carpet and then we'll all move on and be like, okay. And that's basically from the playbook of APC. This is the reason why they did what they did, because they have practically planned this thing that, look, Nigerians, once you do this, once you do that, we have their number. We can do whatever we want. But I think where things are going to change, this is my personal opinion. Mr. Obi cannot even tell us at any particular point in time. He can't say, let's go out on the street. He would never say it. He would never say, let's go. The masses, Nigerians, will make that decision on their own. And the point that this is going to happen, and I can hear people saying, oh, the Labour Party chairman is now speaking a positive tone. No, there are some things they know that we don't know. And I mean, look at the way the court case went. It wasn't particularly 100% way we wanted it, but at the same time, it's still like 50-50. Okay, say okay, go ahead and look at it now. Go ahead and INEC can go ahead because we know what they would do, but things are going to change. And I've been posting this online. We have or LP or any other parties, we've been telling them that we have the result, and we have to, once the results are posted state by state. For example, if we compile a list from all party agents, let's say 99% or 95% of the party agents that were present at the polling units have been able to collate all the results together. And we posted out there that, look, Mr. Obi had won River State. APC doesn't have what it's supposed to have. And all these things come out. And Ogun State, that is, Mr. Obi doesn't have 25%. And if it shows that Mr. Obi has at least 30 states with 25%, come on. That is the point where people are going to come out. At this point, there are a lot of news left, right, and center that say, oh, we won. We've not been able to see the objective. Everybody has their polling results, and we know that Mr. Obi won, in all those places. Everybody has their ward. They say, oh, you won in my ward. But let us put it out there. And I know that they have these results, but they're not putting it out, because if they put it out, it will cause massive unrest. And that's basically what it is. So they will go to court, present it to the judges, and they'll say, okay, this is our result. This is our polling unit result. This, we believe we won. This, they TPEX this unit, they cancel the unit, they wrote over our figures over here, they transfer our number over here. And if those judges are saying, no, we don't believe you, that's when they're going to release the result. And when they release it, people are going to come out. Thank you very much.
I like how it's just brilliant. It's like we not, all that is good, but this is Nigeria we're talking about. So we have our culture is corruption. That's just who we are. I'm telling you, they will find a way and a technicality and a clause on a phrase that will make this palatable in their eyes, but it will not stand, as you obviously know.
Well, so you are right. Corrupt. See, our system is corrupt. I know that. See, what?
No
this
be
is my personal
system, sir. No be system. Now us. Now human.
No. I know. Okay, so whether we talk, and I will expand on that. Whether it's a system, we are also the system. It's the people. We are the system. So, but here's the thing. And
excuse me, if I may interject here, it's not the people, it's the system.
Can you explain
okay.
that?
What is the system? What makes the system?
Wait, let him explain. I want to hear. He said it's a system. Tubala, can you explain how it's a system?
The reason being that we say the people. How come here in the United States, many Nigerians are obeying the rules and regulations here in the US?
Because they don't want to go jail. They don't want to go jail.
Thank you. That's the system we are talking about.
State line.
Well, ma'am, let me expand on this. Okay, I'll give you an example. We were talking about INEC being corrupt from the top. They gave them money, right? But a lot of our people, from the polling unit agent, presiding officer, whatever you want to call them, even the copper, the youth coppers, even some LP agents were corrupted. And the problem is this: we all can't see the bigger picture. We're more into, look at what Wike did in River State. Wike has destroyed the whole place with money, messed the whole place up. Because once you see some people, you give them $1 million naira, 100 million. Come on, it's flush. So at the end of the day, I see where you're coming from. Okay, it's the system, but at the same time, what makes the system? The people make the system. The system is not. It's abstract. When you say system, it's an abstract system. People make the system. And if you don't have people that are principled, people that stand, and you only need one or two people that will stand up and say, no, we're not doing it. And that's what we're trying to do with Peter Obi. If Peter Obi can stand from the top and say, we are not going to do this, and we're going to start having the likes of people like us come up and say, look, we're going to shout from the top and overwhelm the people that are terrible, because basically what's going on in Nigeria today is we have a lot of people that are bought into this system of corruption, and that's what's going on every level, every layer. And the video that Tomoye played today, you can see every institution of government has been corrupted, and that's basically what, look at the cops, look at the military, they're all corrupted, and because of money. So the system is, we like to use the word system, but the people make the system. We don't have dedicated Nigeria because of hunger, because of poverty. A lot of them cannot think right because they can. When Yoruba, when they be once you are hungry, it's difficult. It takes the grace of God to see money and not and not and not do the right thing. It's just difficult for these people, and I see where they're coming from, all these people. But the fact of the matter is, we are seeing people coming out. This election, I will go back to what I was trying to say. This is a different election, and I'll say the reason why I think this is different. The past elections were not as sophisticated as this, and this is the first time they introduced this BVAS system. And it's more or less we are inching closer to electronic voting. And so we will get there. But I think what is going to happen at this point is this: there are too many footprints being left behind with this whole voting thing, and that is why it's difficult for INEC to actually. And that's the reason why they want to clean up that system, because they know the evidence is there.
They
It's
already
right
cleaned
there.
it up. They already cleaned it up.
They know what they're doing, and that's the problem. But still, whether they clean it up or not, there's still something out there. They put unit agents, and that's the key right there. Because the law allows for us to take pictures, and like I said before on the past shows, you have 5, 6, 7 agents having the same pictures from the same polling units, even video evidences. Now, if it's more, if it's overwhelming, because the rule says, as long as you can prove that, look, whatever happened here will change the result of the election, then you have a case. But if it's just 1 or 2 polling units, they say, okay, once you had that together, will it change your number? No, it won't change your number. So guess what? We're going to take it. But if we have massive, let's say in the whole state of River State, about 25% of the polling units were affected, of course, that will change the result. So that's what we need to prove. And like I said before, once 1 or 2 states have been overturned, that's the end of it. They will pull that result and the certificate of return. But the problem, where I just want us to look at it from a different perspective. The people that we have it on ground, because I am on several groups, Telegram, WhatsApp, and I can see the way they are thinking. And the only reason that I can that gives that I mean, a lot of people are bought into this system, the system of corruption, the system of rascality that Obi was talking about. A lot of people don't see anything wrong when we talk about Agbado man. We say, Agbado is it? They don't see that. They don't even see anything that is doing wrong. They don't want to question his wealth because his source of wealth doesn't matter to them. They think it's okay to loot the state. They don't care. They say, Agbado is our man. So the fact of the matter is, we are preaching to them that, look, this guy, we're saying he's not perfect because no one is perfect. But at the same time, they don't want to accept that out of all these people that we put together, all the 18 candidates, or let's even say 3 or 4 of them, he is the most sane out of them. But they are looking at Agbado that has taken over the whole state of Lagos. He has everything. We don't even know what, I mean, billionaire in dollars or whatever.
Lagos,
We don't even know.
Southwest.
Yeah. And so for anybody to not even look at this guy and say, look, wait a minute, let's just look at how he got his money. How did he get his money? It's obvious. But they don't want to think about that. They're not thinking about it. They think it's okay. So I am seeing a picture where a lot of people, and sorry to say, in Nigeria, that are supporting this Agbado man as potential criminals, because that's what it is. Anybody that is looking at it,
What
Yeah,
is this?
they are
They are not
aspiring to
potential
become.
criminals.
Yeah,
They are
They are
criminals.
aspiring to
criminals.
be.
What is this?
Yes. So, and that's basically the fact of the matter is they've not been able to lay their hands on the cookie jar or whatever, and that's the only reason why they are still talking. We are talking on the same group, on the same chat group, but they are also looking at that as, look, when I get there, this is what I'm gonna do. When I get to power, and we have millions of people like that in Nigeria that are waiting. They are waiting in line to just get their hand on the cookie jar. So that's just the problem we have. Thank you.
Mr. J, please. Are you in
Yes.
Nigeria? Please.
No,
Where are you in
I'm
Nigeria?
not.
Tell me an
I'm in the
Okay, you're not
US.
in. Okay.
But I do come to Nigeria.
Well
I
done.
come to Nigeria like
Okay.
3, 4, 5 times a year. Yeah.
Okay. Well done.
So yeah, I'm done at this point. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, oh, Mr. J. Hey,
Have you?
at this point.
I know it's sad. I know it's
Nigeria.
sad. See, let me also help you here. Let me help you here. And I know a lot of us know this, and I don't want to say it. Okay, let's not. But I will say it.
See, don't
Our
Mr.
problem.
J, don't hide anything now, please. Say
Okay,
it as it
so
is.
our problem, we are all blacks. You understand? And we need to stop this tribalism. That's number one. It needs to
That is it.
stop. It needs to stop. Who cares where you're from? You're from Igbo. You're from you. When they see us in the US, they don't look at you as Igbo. They don't look at you as Yoruba. You are a black man. That's it. You are from Africa.
Yeah, Nigeria.
That's number one.
Yeah,
But
Nigeria.
also the original problem of a black man is what we are seeing playing out here in Nigeria today. Once we are selfish, that's the problem. Once until we get to the point where we see people like Peter Obi, it's not everybody that's selfish. It's not every black person that's selfish, but a majority of us are. And that's the reason why you see somebody will get into power and they will pocket all the money, and they won't even think about their next door neighbor. And we can see it on our street. We do. We can see it on our own street. You have a house, you dig a borehole, you dig a borehole instead of us to dig a borehole and share, and 5 or 6 houses to share it. But no, guess what? We dig our own borehole, we put our own solar on top of our own roof, we put our own fence. We don't care about our next door neighbor. And that's what we are seeing playing out on a macro level. That is why we cannot bond together as a country. That's the problem we're having. The sooner we start preaching that to the people, the better we're gonna be. Because this, like Miss Florence said earlier, she's looking like if it were to be in other countries, the whole country will be on fire. But the problem is this: the reason why Buhari or whoever is talking, the only reason why they are doing what they are doing is because they know us. They know our number. You understand? Once you know someone's number, you just say, those ones, once you do this, you throw this thing at them, you throw this at them.
They knew. Past
They
tense.
know. So the only thing, this is my own from a psychological point of view, the only thing that will ginger people out is to push out a result that shows that Peter Obi won the election. At that particular point, Peter Obi cannot
Sir,
stop
they've been
people
like
from
2,
going
3
out.
organizations that have come out clearly and said it.
Well, they've been saying it, though. No, they are saying it. No.
2
What I'm saying,
organizations have said
they are
that
saying
already.
it. No, they are saying it, but guess what? The result needs to come out. It needs to be posted.
Official.
This thing goes out and is posted, and we know that it was stolen. Because at this point, it's like a conspiracy. And APC won, and APC didn't won, and PDP won, and PDP won, and OB won. It's a conspiracy out there. We are just talking. I know what Mr. Obi is saying. He
The
doesn't want to
problem
push
is,
this thing
again,
out.
the problem is not the absence. I keep on laughing. The problem is not the absence of evidence. For God's sake, is this not the same court that put Hopeless Ogodima in there and it was stored? Is it not this same court that put Ahmad Lawan there and person they condemn presidency in front of everybody eye, he lose, he go back, go Senate, say he won't do senator. Maga, how? The constitution says you can't contest for two offices at the same time. He contested for president in front of you and everybody under the sound of my voice. He contested for president. And what did the Supreme Court do? They put him there. Is the returning as a senator. So
who's that?
you can't
Are you
have all
talking
the
of
country
Lawan?
president. They're gonna find
Are you talking of
Lawan. Yeah. Then the current Senate president.
Well,
yeah,
so
yeah.
So can I say something? See, there's some things that are absolute, right? And there's some things that you cannot. And where the Supreme Court justices are able to get us are things that are not clear. You understand? Then they find a way to twist it around and they get you. That's it. See, that Lawan case, I understand what you're saying. He ran. Right? He ran for president, but you see where they're gonna get us is they're gonna say, well, it's not the real he wasn't the nominee of the party, right? If he was like the Tinubu, then that's totally different.
That's not what the law says.
But I'm saying
law says.
No, I know. See, what I'm trying to say is that they will interpret. There are some things that the Supreme Court. Look at the U.S. There are a bunch of Supreme Court cases. You've seen those cases that were interpreted before. Then they come back again and say, no, this is the way we want to interpret it again. So there are variances, right? Time also will change some of those interpretations. But what I'm saying is this: the same Supreme Court that is ruling on the Naira, right? They ruled on the Naira. But the Central Bank of Nigeria,
which they had no
really acting on.
business burdening, by the way. I'm just gonna put that there. Sorry.
Well, they have no business, but at the same time, when you bring a case to the Supreme Court, and you're the one that decided you want to bring the case to the Supreme Court. They will have to
again. I have to go. That is not again. We live in it's a lawless country. Like again,
it is a lawless country. It is.
Because the law is very clear who has the power to change the note. There's no ambiguity in that law. It's actually very straightforward. It got nothing to do with the Supreme Court. The power lies on one person, and his power is to give consent, and he has given consent. So, oh my gosh, bro. They're going to find a way, bro.
Here's the thing.
Just unfortunate. Because I'm seeing this is heading towards a very dark corner.
Well, the only thing is Buhari came out today, right? He came out and he said, look, the election of Tinubu or whatever it is, he stands, he ascended the fact that there were errors in the election, whatever. The problem is this. Everybody's kicking the can to the next person down the road. That's basically what it is. Everybody wants to push the decision to someone else. So now, look at what happened. Supreme Court decided to rule on the Naira. Buhari, while they ruled, Buhari came out and said, wait a minute, I'm going to make 200 Naira notes legal. Now, here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
So now, the thing is this. You can relate 2-3 weeks ago, people came out on the street to fight. They were burning banks and all that kind of stuff, right? But
those
the
guys
problem
were
is that we have, so but one of our problem in Africa, okay, as a whole, is that we have misguided anger. We misdirect our anger to the wrong place. Is that where we're supposed to go and burn? Are we supposed to go and burn the banks? Is that where we're supposed to go? No. And now we don't have we don't have a lot of people are divided. Okay, you see a bunch of people on the street, maybe about 1,000 people at max. We should have 100,000. We're saying we have 200 million people, 230 million people. We should have every state should be occupied with at least 1 million. They would do the right thing. Look at what's his name? Look at Sanwo-Olu. Look at all these governors. Now they are turning around and making decisions so fast. If only people shut down every state capital, And that's what we see. And what's the essence of social media? It's for us to go on the internet and learn from other countries. We've seen in Europe, we've seen in America, we've seen in all these places that people will get on the street immediately. Things happen. And what we're doing now is that we're cooling down the temper. Look on the internet. The news is not even talking. Oh, some of these major news media are already kind of talking about, okay, so what would the new president elect, what would his cabinet look like? Like we've accepted. And we've accepted. And this is the first election that we should be able to defend. I know that every election cycle there have been, people go to court to fight it, but for the most part, they don't have real substantive evidence to prove that it was rigged. But this is the most electronic election that we've had, and this is the one that we should be able to prove, and that is why we need to prove it. If we lose this opportunity, first of all, there won't be another one, because this old man, of course, how can you even win him? Can you even rig him out of the 4 years? No, you can't. No, it won't happen, because he's the one in charge. It's going to be a mafia state. The way it's going to run Nigeria will be a mafia state. So what are we talking about? So this is the
How is it
opportunity.
different from how it's being run now?
No, you see, how it's being run now. Let me tell you, how it's being run now is going to be mild compared to when this guy took over.
For God's sake, the Boko Haram is a mannequin. So I'm just saying, what's the difference?
The difference is you are the difference is you are coming from someone from Lagos, that has all the machinery. Okay, he has all the machinery already in place. I mean, somebody that can run a whole state for 20, 23 years and still running and still going, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna run Nigeria the way he wants to for the next 20-something years. But I mean, he'll be gone. Yes. But at the same time,
MC Oluwenron defense minister. They watch.
I mean, look at all those guys. Look at all those guys. You were talking of actors earlier. You were talking of all those Yoruba actors. You were talking of all those hungry actors earlier. Come on. I mean, those guys, I don't even know what to call them. They were all supporting this guy because of, he paid my hospital bill. And he paid my dad this thing. But I mean, how can you take the money?
We go naked himself. Who be that one?
I beg that one. Forget that useless man. All these people are failed. They have failed careers, and all they do is
That's somebody's father. That's somebody's father.
I'm telling you
that exposed himself on camera. Jesus, where?
The thing is this: some of these people, they had instances where Agbado helped them. For my daughter was sick in the hospital. He was the one that paid my. But how can we be looking at one instance?
My children's school fees.
Yes, I mean, you took the money of the state, you stole the money of the state, and you are using it to do charity work for people that you know. How about you come out and say, this man built a hospital that 1 million people benefited from? That is what we want to hear. Not, he helped me, he bought me a car, and he paid my.
What of others?
What about other people? What about people that don't know him? What about people that don't have access to him? He paid somebody that brought somebody's corpse from Canada when he died, when she died. One of those Yoruba actors. Come on, that's not this thing we are talking about. We are talking of on a bigger level, but people can't see that. A lot of people can't see that, and that's why I kept saying that. Look, it's our problem. It's our race. We just, once we are okay, we don't care about our next door neighbor. We don't care about other children on the street. It doesn't concern us. We don't go we don't
at all.
Gosh.
Mr. J, see, I talked in case of fuel scarcity now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So when there's a fuel scarcity, people will be rushing. Some will carry small gallon. Some will carry the generator. But you see a big man, let's in quote, a big man that will come and say, talk to the manager, talk to people you know there, and they'll just give the person chance. That big man, he don't even care about those ones that carry small thing, trying to fuel the small generator to bab people and make ends meet. You don't even care about that Yalata that stays one corner and trying to fuel his generator to grant some people to make ends meet from there. He don't care, just his own. That is it. That's why poor men are dying. This one will come now and say Miloko.
And
After this,
look.
after Miloko now Fulani again Loco.
Oh, they already planned it. They already planned it. See, this is the thing. We are so used to just taking care of ourselves. We don't care about our neighbors. We don't care about our friends. Well, as long as me I eat, I put security in I carry security, and that's what we are seeing more and more as we move along. Where everybody is carrying their own security, everybody is doing their own fence. You build your own. When the roads become so unmotorable, we go and fly. When we find a way to it's like a jello. When you hold a jello, jello will find a way. You hold in your hand, jello we move in one direction. We have a way to patch ourselves. People are moving on already with this thing, and it's sad. It's sad, and I know. I know that they are trying to douse the fire. They know they did Obi wrong. They knew that. They knew that
I
he
just
won.
see comment
They
section.
knew.
Somebody said invite the military, and I'm like, I laugh in my blue. Have you seen or heard the chief of defense staff, Irabo, whatever the hell his name is? Have you seen him? Have you heard him talk? See, the incompetence in the military is
So I want to
times
just say
7.
something.
Yes, ma'am.
Spirit of the I want to say something. I don't think the people that are moving on are the people that are on Team Agbado. Those are the people that are moving on because that's what they want anyway. Even the ones
they convince some of our own too. They convince some of our
even,
too.
I'm getting there. Even the ones that are getting tired
Not
from
all
us,
of obedient.
they were not fully obedient. They were always teetering between Agbado or obedience. That's just the truth. I have never made all the obedience I see you, and the ones I've heard, they are not giving up. They are fired up. So I don't want us to lump those people. For instance, here I am. I have better things to do. You are here. Are you not here? We're all here. We are still talking because we have mouths. We are not on the ground. It's what we can do now that we are doing. Thank God for social media. So, I don't want us to lump those people together so that other people will not listen and say, oh, so they're already giving up. No, that's not the impression. No, they are not giving up. The people that are giving up are the Agbado team and the ones that were teetering between Agbado and obedient in the first place. And we know they too, they're many.
Yeah. We're not giving up. And my brother,
because we can't give up. Do you know the amount of evil this is? I don't understand. I don't know if people get this.
It's evil.
We are looking at generations of slaves. That means the children that are going to be born now, the ones that are going to come after, the ones that are going to keep giving birth, they are literally going to be slaves. Let's just
and
call
they
it.
don't borrow money on top their head.
And exactly, and they're going to become criminals.
Exactly.
They're just going to be. They'll be knocking door to door. Is your son or daughter Agbero or Curtis? Which one? We need all of them to join one or the other.
So
that's just what
anybody
it's going
that is planning on
Is
giving
that
up,
the future we want? Because we are the ones who's going to determine. All this talking, we can talk, but the action has to go behind the scenes, which I'm very glad to hear from Mr. Patrick, for instance. By the way, Mr. Patrick, thank you very much for being on this live, because if it was just all people from the diaspora that were speaking, I would really be like feeling kind of funny in kind of way. But I'm glad that you're on the ground and your own spirit is alive. You are saying, no, my people are ready. We are ready. We are just waiting.
We are ready. We are ready, my sister.
So let's not get it twisted. I personally, I remove my family. There's no moral decadence in my family. We have never stolen before. We have never stolen anybody's property before. I grew up in a community with different types of people from different tribes. I grew up with Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba. I even know how to speak small Ilesha because of the Yoruba influence I have. So I, for one, I'm not giving up. So if we have that attitude, and those people back home have that attitude, because we have to understand we are the battery that is giving these people energy. They are looking at us too. They are tapping energy from us, just like we are looking at them, and we are saying, why these people don't. We're also tapping energy from them. So I want us to be very careful how we say things. I'm not saying we shouldn't express ourselves. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to police you guys from saying what the situation is. But as we talk about that, we should also be grateful for the accomplishments so far. I just played a video of a young man who won an election in the House of Representatives in Imo State. Outstanding fellow. And he's not the only one. We have the likes of Olumide Oworu that is going to replace Desmond Olori Kini, Olori Mango, right?
That Desmond, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about him because I've met him a couple of times when he used to come around for all these movie the nonsense when he used to do movies stuff.
Let me just
But
quickly say this, Jay, before you continue. Anybody here, I'm going to say it again and put it out there in the comment section, anywhere you are, if you're listening to me, wherever you're listening to me from, please pick up the Labour Party card. I beg you. We need people to flood, because we're talking about the ills. If we talk and we don't do anything, we are going to be back to square one. We need to be joining the party as well, collecting cards. And when we can, take a position, local government chairman, let it all be Labour Party.
yeah,
That's the only way we can also fight back.
We need to show what we can do, because the thing is this: once you win, we need to show example of, okay, this state, for example, we won the state. Let's show them what we can do. Peter Obi's model should be what every Labour Party governor, will have to do. They cannot win in there and just do whatever they want. And I want to say something also. One thing that that came to my mind. I think what also happens to a lot of Nigerians is this. I think a lot of them don't even understand. When we are saying Peter Obi did this, he saved money, he saved this, they are not used to that. They are not used to that kind of
It's strange.
the
It's strange to
sanity.
them.
They think, it's strange. So all they are thinking is that once you get to power, all you do is you take the money, you steal the money, you build houses, you do this, you do that. So when somebody is coming and telling you, it's difficult for them to gravitate towards that system. But I'm glad, to be honest, they gravitated, because I saw some results, but I don't know if it's official. He had 25% places like Castina, Kano, 25%. I saw some result, but I don't know if it's official. But that's why I kept saying that we need to post. They need to post a result. And like he said something. He said, "Look, I don't want to show my evidences now because I'm going to court." So I know he has 21 days from the day that the INEC commissioner announced the winner of the election. 21 days to go to court and show evidences. So I know within the next couple of days things are going to happen. It looks quiet right now, but I know some information there. We will have some information come out that will stir up the pot a little bit more. And also we have to understand that when we're talking of evidence here and evidence there, we know how the court works. You don't want to put out your evidence so that your enemy won't use it against you, because also the Agbado man is also strategizing. He's also looking for ways to counter whatever is going to present in court. They know this thing was done in a very, very stupid way. They know it was done. The evidence is out there.
It's open to the world.
It's an open robbery. It's open robbery. I don't know which country this will fly. This should not fly any country.
That today they steal. You guys are talking about
exactly. They've been stealing forever.
Come on.
This one different, though. This one different, though. This one different.
This one is open.
But how did Obasanjo come in? Even let's start from the most recent. How did Obasanjo was the master? now. No, wait. He led the way. No, it's true. Obasanjo is a good man now, as in he's trying to help
We
us
have to
to.
be honest
But
with
there,
ourselves.
that is
He's
where it
right.
started now. When he had the opportunity, this is why, as human beings, let's all call ourselves to what are here. This is why it's always good to do the right thing wherever you are. Sometimes it can be difficult to do, but if you choose to do the right thing, it will speak for you in front. Where the man, which man you want to talk now? When he talk,
No,
when
no
he
be
talk,
must
when
now.
he talk, did they not call him out and say, did Agbado not say, you? Are you not the master rigger? Look, he was this teacher. He taught them. They don't
He
learn.
also wanted third term. Yeah, all
He
this is
wanted
correct.
third term. So let's
Yeah.
call the wrongs have eaten deep. So it's not like this one is different. They just had time to master the act of rigging. So
No,
my own
well,
point is,
can I?
This was done sloppily, though, to
as
be fair.
Can I?
people, wait, I beg, make I land with my thought. As people, we need to remember this. This fight we are fighting, right? As much as we're talking about it and putting ourselves, and Mr. Bankole, I appreciate your comments and all of that, but I have to say this. I'm not going to be the one to force anyone at home to go on a protest. I will not do that. Everybody sees how terrible the situation is. That's why I asked, are you going to go? Do you understand? To the ground, because people need to be encouraged too. So are you going to, Mr. Bankola, are you going to go home and lead protest and galvanize people? Because it's not just to talk and push people out. Do you know how many people have lost lives in Nigeria? People have become husbandless, fatherless, motherless, sisterless. Somebody called
Childless.
yesterday, childless. Somebody called in yesterday, her brother disappeared. They couldn't find him. Till now, they're not finding brother. Do you know how painful? I have a family friend whose mother was kidnapped from Warri. She was a daughter from the royal family. Till tomorrow, they don't know what happened to their mother. He's in the military in America. Till tomorrow, that thing eats him up. Anytime he calls me, it's like, oh my, yeah. The painful part is that it is different when they say this person has passed away, something happened, nothing. So there is a lot that people have. Nigeria has happened to so many people that they are waiting for the opportune time. So let's not, as much as we talk about the problems of Nigeria, and we all know it more than we know we're born in that country. Let's also encourage those back home, because it is hitting them the hardest. They can't even get cash. They cannot
No
do their
cash.
business as they ought to do.
Nothing. No
You know
business.
how
No business is moving.
nothing is moving. Everything is like traffic. It's on hold in Nigeria. It's like traffic in Nigeria. It's on
Nothing.
hold for hours, for days. As much as we want them to go out there and do what they need to do and all of that, let's also be able to say, man, these people are trying. It's not easy. Plus the psychological warfare that's going on. These people are trying to normalize the broad day robbery that we saw. They are trying to tell us it's okay, just accept it. No, we will not accept it. As they
We will
talk,
not.
they move. Those when
Mm.
they move, they move. So let's keep the conversation that I don't want to talk about the problems of Nigeria. It will not end if we talk about it. It won't.
Ah.
These people
Did
have been
Jesus come?
disturbing us since forever. This nothing when they don't perfect. These people already knew what they were going to do 4 years prior to the election.
Mm.
Well, the problem is this. They and a lot of people, a lot of us don't. We need to think historically what this generation. When I say generation, the generation of leaders currently, what they've done. What we need to look back is this. Most of them are the first generation of people that were educated in Nigeria. And as soon as they were educated, their parents were not as educated as they are, right? So once they took over, they started to run things at a very early age. I mean, the likes of Obasanjo, these people were running things in their 30s and 40s.
Buhari.
Buhari, his first time, they were all young. But look at it.
Mm.
They still don't want to back down. They don't want to go away. The next set, the next generation of people, they're not giving them any opportunity. They are not. They just want to keep going. And my fear is this: they've been able to successfully train the next set of people that will take over. The likes of Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole is even an old man. The Amechi, the Wikes, all these people, they built them up. They built the next set up. So it's a continuous, and that cycle needs to be broken. That chain needs to be broken, and that's what needs to happen. The when NSAS happened, a lot of people, after they shot at innocent people went away and said, okay, you know what? We'll wait for the election, and here comes the election, and the INEC promised that, look, this is going to be a credible one. You're going to be able to send pictures from the polling unit. So we all believe that this is we can vote in our leaders. We can vote in the people that we want in power. We all believed. A lot of people came out, but unfortunately, they went ahead and still decided to do whatever they want. Now there are some people are coming out in the media saying, well, INEC can decide to choose their mode of transmission. They can decide to do whatever they want. They can collate
Anybody
however
that
they
said
want.
that person is devoid of any kind ounce of integrity or any kind of anybody that can come out and say that, despite this Mahmoud of a liar saying on 14 different occasions the mode of transportation and the rules of the contest. Anybody that said that is not only dishonest, but an enemy of the state, an enemy of Nigeria. Because anybody that says that, or it already shows the kind of person they are, devoid of any ounce of integrity.
Yeah. I mean, can I tell you also what they are saying now? So this is I have some friends that I can see their post, their DM on WhatsApp, and this is what they're saying. They're saying, well, Labour Party, they are so hypocritical. They are not serious with themselves. This is the same election they are claiming that it's rigged, and that's the same election that brought in a lot of reps and senators. Why are they not saying those elections are rigged? And I'm looking at those people that are making those arguments, and I'm looking at them like, look, you guys don't you are, so just because those elections for the senators and the reps, we won those ones, so they are saying because we won, we should not contest what's going on at the top. No, the presidential
It
election
is
is a
because,
problem.
again, they use that for people that are illiterate, that don't understand.
Yes,
those results were uploaded as per the
yeah,
rules of the game, as per the
and they don't
guidelines.
care. No, they don't care. They don't
INEC.
care about those people. They don't care about those ones. They don't really care about the
Don't
rest.
even
Just
go back
like we don't
again. Don't
care
go back
about them. And
because
I want
No,
to
I
INEC.
don't care about them because
this comment by being stop notch is very I mean, I just politics pride my papa. Abacha's son assassination, plane crash. She wasn't supposed to be flying the plane. I may not be on the ground, but I will not be silent. Even at the airport, when asked if I'm related to governors, I respond point blank. The government pied my papa. If you keep quiet, evil reigns. Okay? So I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Top Notch. You see, this is what we're talking about. You don't know who's listening, you don't know who's paying attention, you don't know who's in the comments. We cannot be, these people, let me tell you, Agbado people have a lot of conspiracy rolling on their social media. I don't pay attention to them because their arguments and whatever point they're making is devoid of reasoning, of anything that is right. So why would I want to feel I have lost friends, and I'm very glad I have, over this issue.
That's fine.
Because it tells me that they are filthy people. Why would I have people that are filthy around me when I'm not?
Yeah.
Just because, you know what, let's just be Nigerians and all of that. But you choose evil over good. This is not even about my preferred candidate. No, this is broad daylight demonic activity and rights. And you
if I should be very honest with you, like I was more interested in seeing live collation, live result coming than the actual result of the, because I
Winner.
wanted to see that. I wanted to see, like, we spent
The
300 and something
process.
million. I want to see something that resembles something I grew up watching here. You feel me? Because that's what I was promised. That's why I was interested in this old charade, because of that. And to turn into television and see Mahmoud reading from tabulating as if we're in 1996. As if we not just spent 300 and something million. Yeah, Mahmoud. Oh, ni kure Mahmoud. Oh, ni kure. And the whole generation.
Can I tell you something also? Sorry. Do you know they didn't have to announce that result on the 28th? They did not. They have 7 days to announce the winner. And he chose to already do it. He chose to already do it. That's not fact.
Because the money collected was for that. So the money he collected was for the announcement. Now he's trying to hide this track, but money don't change hands. And Tifnobu is now saying, "Oh, we want to go to court too." So maybe they play each other. I've seen this already, and it pains me. Do you know why it pains me? Because I saw myself in this particular predicament right here, knowing these people will find a way. I actually thought they were going to do it, just hack the system. I didn't know they were going to do this nonsense of tipexing and writing over so as if nobody get brain for Nigeria. I knew this was going to happen, and I was like, don't get personally invested. But what's man go do? I'm a Nigerian man at the end of the day. You can't just turn your blind eye. But this nonsense, oh no. You might as well end the country. Maybe Biafra people they go their side. For real.
Yeah. and that's why and that's why I said that. Look, I think that I know that we're talking about Basanjo earlier. I understand he did a lot of nonsense over the years, and they are also referring to him. They're saying, you taught us how to do this. You are the one that taught us how to rig election. Yes, I get it. But the fact of the matter is this is a different rigging. This year's different. There's something fundamentally different about this year's rigging, because it's computerized. This election.
There's no difference. Please, let's listen to this thing. I will come back to that. It's not different. Thief, not thief. There's no different thiefing or different style of thiefing.
Well, you don't get my point. I'll explain it once you watch this.
Let's finish this video. I beg, make I play this video for now.
Nigerians are being taken for granted. When INEC announced their president-elect, the whole nation was silent. The mood from north to west and east to south was like that of children mourning the loss of their beloved mother. Why are Nigerians allowing this heist to stand? How did APC win the highest vote in Rivers State and many other states? A party that has inflicted so much pain on Nigerians. Do Nigerians hate themselves this much? Their so-called win defies all logic. How many are these people foisting the wrong choice on over 200 million people? My daughter voted for the first time, like many first-time voters. How would I convince her to trust a system that switched her vote for the person she never voted for? This injustice is too much. Yet I can't do anything, can't move the giant wave of people who voted for freedom to defend your mandate slipping away every second. Wake up, Nigerians, and rise peacefully against these men who care only about themselves and their families. The great Gandhi once said, and I quote, "Non-violence is a weapon of the strong. Non-violence and truth are inseparable and presuppose one another. We may never be strong enough to be entirely non-violent in thought, word, and deed. But we must keep non-violence as our goal and make strong progress towards it, unquote. To make that required progress, we must rise from our comfort zones and peacefully demand that our mandate be restored. Nigerians, rise and protect this mandate, or kiss your freedom goodbye for a long time.
So, so can I say something that I referred to? Sorry, about when I said this rigging was different. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that. See, the rigging is rigging. They've always rigged. But what I'm saying is this: this is the most advanced technology. We can all agree to this, that INEC has ever deployed in the electioneering in Nigeria. This is the most up to date that they've ever done. Now, what I'm saying is this: in the past election riggings that we've seen, we've not seen the evidence is this much in terms of the social media, the videos, there are thousands of videos out there from different polling units. The T-Pexing, we've never seen it this bad. The IRS portal, all those things. So what I'm saying is this: they rigged, but I'm saying that they rigged so bad that it should be a slam dunk when we go to court. But the justices are also there. They've been, we know what's going on in Nigeria with the Supreme Court or whatever system, the appeal court. But I believe that evidences are there, and we should be able to win this case. That's my belief. That's why I said this is a different type of rigging. Evidences are there, and we should be able to win it.
Bro, it's not that they didn't know about the beavers. It's not that they didn't know about the recent technology and videos and all that. They prepared for all those things. They know. The major difference here is that they underrated Obi. They never thought Obi would move with such a landslide. They never thought four people tweeting in a room would come out and beat them in a grand slam election. That was where they got it wrong. But that they could not prepare for. That's the reason why they're in trouble right now. They knew all that stuff. They knew how beavers works. They knew how to manipulate everything. But they never thought Obi would come out and win the election.
Well, even if they didn't know that Obi was going to win the election, here's the thing: the opinion poll was suggesting that it might shock them. It might shock them. Now, the problem is this: the system is already in place. There's some. It's like going to an exam, right? And you say, "Oh, we are going to use computer in this exam." That's it. You are going to use computer. Now, if you go and do the exam and you suddenly get to that exam and they are giving you paper, first of all, you'll be flustered. Now, they are the one that created the beavers. If they knew that someone like Obi was coming in this electioneering cycle, they probably will say we are not going to use this beavers thing. Because if you look at it, beavers will bring in someone that is legitimate. We know that. We know that this beavers thing, and they've always been saying that this is a game changer. This thing is a game changer. But unfortunately, they created the system. But as soon as they created the system, they could not stop the system. The only thing they could do is what they did to shut it down on that day. But even no matter how you've done it, it's still, you cannot clean it up. It's not easy to clean up with this system that's in place. You cannot do it because you have to violate your electoral law. You have to violate it 100%. Blatantly, you have to violate the electoral law to be able to rig the election. That's what they've done. And it's so glaring. They've never done this before. They've never gone against their own law this much. And this is the first time they broke like 5 different things, 5 different laws. You can go back and count. They did not transmit from the polling units. They did not. They went and collated. They were T-Pexing. I mean, it's just too much. And that's what I'm saying. Like you are right. They plan for it, but at the end of the day, the system that they put in place, the only way they could have done a successful rigging that would not be challenged in court is if they scrap the beavers. If they scrapped it, that's the only way. But the beavers is a problem. In the past, they won't even the beavers has to have the number of accredited voters per polling unit. But in the past, you know what they do? They look at the number of people that register in that polling unit. It's 1,000. But if you look on beavers on the form, like 1,000 people will register at that polling unit, but it's only 200 people that came out that day. And that's the only valid vote you can do. So they didn't have a choice than to start canceling. You understand? They start tipexing and taking away from one person's vote to another because of the number of aggregated voters. So it made it difficult for them to cheat. But in the past, they would just had instead of tipexing, they would just write the number in front of APC and PDP, and that's it.
That's true.
So it's
That's true.
difficult.
That's what they used to do back in the day. That's true.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true.
So,
You're very correct there,
I want
Jay.
to explain something.
Absolutely correct. Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Africa.
Am I Mr. Africa now?
No.
Okay.
That's not me. Sorry.
Who was talking?
Okay, go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, you
Who
can
was
talk. I don't really have much. I was just gonna say that's the power of four people tweeting in a room. They never envisaged that was gonna come to fruition. You know, they never thought we were gonna get to this stage. So that's where they got themselves into trouble. You know, they sent beavers that they created. If they knew beavers was gonna give them this headache, they would have just scrapped it. But they were trying to deceive us and we are going to be transparent. You see, we use beavers. Everything is free, fair, and credible. You know, but they never thought people were going to come out in max to vote for Obi, and I think that's where the problem is for them.
So can I say something? Do we know? Does anyone know what? There are some rumors I heard from River State that Wike made some demands from Obi. I don't know anybody heard anything. That's the reason why he couldn't agree.
Yeah, he said what's it called? All the apparatus in the state to drop down for him and will be.
Oh, not even
Excellency
that.
doesn't.
Not even that.
Monitoring.
I heard something different. Yeah, I heard something different that he wanted a 5 slot in the administration, 5 major slots. That's what he wanted. Like he's gonna be the one that would say, okay, let's say defense, let's say that, and he said no. I cannot guarantee you that.
Wike doesn't. He's a thug. Like, bro, it's nobody. Nothing should surprise. Do you know Wike? See, the reason. If you guys knew the reason why Wike is moving like this, you'll know why.
Thug is.
Listen, let me tell you why. Wike is this desperate. It's very simple. First of all, he's made enemies up north, as everybody knows. He's made enemies up north. But more important,
he's a spoiler. He's a spoiler.
No,
he's a spoiler.
There's 450 million missing from the coffers of River State. And do you know he's in charge of that pen work? The accountant general of the state, who just happens to be running to be the next governor of River State under the PDP. And do you know where that gentleman currently lives now? First of all, he's wanted. First of all, let's just put that out there. He's wanted for money laundering, but that's not even important. What is important is, as I'm talking to you right now, that man who is running to be the governor of PDP to be the governor of Rivers under PDP, as I'm talking to you right now, he's been living in the state house with Wike for 3 years.
Huh?
Go and check it.
Wow.
He's been living with Wike for 3 years. Protection of the state, because he's wanted for money laundering. So Wike, the reason why Wike is behaving like this is what I just told. He's behaving like a man that sees a tsunami coming and is going for a riffraff. So Wike is doing. He knows there's a reason why he couldn't make deal with Peter, because Peter B is does not work that way. So The only person he could
At
go
all.
to was Agbado, so nobody should be surprised.
Yeah. And guess what he's going to do? Once he's done being the governor, right? He's protecting both ways. The 450 billion naira that was missing, that's what he used for the campaign, for the primaries to become
Yeah, we
the
know
presidential
now.
candidate.
Wait, that man,
Now,
this man went to Sokoto and be giving people money. Went to Lagos, be giving women of the wives of the civil servants. He gave them like 100
yeah,
million. I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
wait, is Rivers so rich? Is there no unemployment in Rivers? I mean, is everybody in
No,
Rivers
they are rich.
so good?
They
Rivers
got
is
all the
very
oil.
Sanor is very wealthy. Rivers is
Yeah,
very, very wealthy.
But
next
they
to
wealthy
Lagos.
to be giving, the wealthy rich to they give other state money. I don't. I mean,
No, no,
don't know
not
about
to
that
that
one
point.
though.
Not to that point. Not to that point. He stole.
Where
Obviously,
they
he
give
stole the
the
money.
other
I mean,
states money. They give other states money. They give other
yeah,
states money. That's a fact. True. They give. That's they are that
yeah.
wealthy. But they just the person just the thief and they put her inside pockets. One pocket. Now they go. River State is very wealthy.
He was doing it for political experience. He tried to play. Listen, he
Yeah.
tried to play politics with the Fulani people, and I'm not even going to go into that because
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
let's
I have
not.
a
That's
lot.
a whole
I'm not just
new.
going to
Yeah.
go into that, but he got played politics. That's it. He has no right to be mourning and complaining. He got outplayed
No,
by
he's
people he
pissed.
shouldn't have trusted. So
You know,
he's
he's pissed.
wailing and he's what's it called? His bullshit.
He's jealous of Obi. That's basically what it is. He's Obi left that PDP, and look at what happened to Obi. Obi is a one man show, and look at it. He's been like, force. Following, and look at that's all he did. He went. He shouldn't he have followed him? Obi team up with Obi. Make sure that Obi, wins all those states that are down there. But guess what?
Nah, he
Because
cannot
Obi
team
even
up with
doesn't
Obi
need him.
because listen.
No, Obi doesn't need
They
him.
share
Obi
different
doesn't need him.
ideologies.
Yeah.
Wike is a thug. He's always been a thug. Like this is not new. Which I
Let's
make you
listen
talk.
to. This is Wike talking about why Obi left. So look, we hear whether we'll get something from it. Because of you people's conversation, I just bumped into it. So I decided to show it to you guys.
Obi was running with us. I know where Obi left. And he was principled. He said, we can't stand him. People should say the truth. He went to see Sule Labido in Jigawa, not in Duse, in a village that will take more than 4 or 5 hour drive from Jigawa, from Duse, the capital. He went to see. You know what he told you, Obi? He didn't tell him that, look, he came late, I have chosen somebody. He said, no, that it is the North that will produce the president. That was how Obi left. So what is he wasting his time now? You better be an amendment that to the North. And I asked him, I left PDP. And that was what I saw at the convention ground. It's okay.
He's a liar.
But we still maintain that look. If you have taken the president, you can't take the chairman again. Give us back the chairman. And I still stand by that. And if you don't do that, whatever you see, you take. Some of us are hated because we speak out our mind. And I have no apologies to anybody. Before the election, we, the Integrity Group, met in Abuja. And we took a decision. We support the APC governors who came out boldly to say powers must shift to the South for the unity of this country. And we also agreed we must vote for the South, no vote for any northern. Our contributions, nobody knew. If you check the pattern, we agreed. The South must come first, second in any state. And check all the voting patterns. If Labour wins here, APC will take second. If APC wins here, Labour will take second. That was our position. All my campaigns, nobody can say he had me. I abused Obi. I didn't do that. My campaign was against people of impunity who disobey the constitution by saying that there should not be zoning. When there's a provision in our party that there must be zoning of elective and appointed offices. How many of your children came out to say so? How many? I came out, I spoke, and I stand by it. I have no apologies to make to anybody. Rotimi met with some Igbo people yesterday. And he told them that, oh, you understand how the Igbos lost after civil war, abandoned property. Something that we have forgotten. We are living together, doing business together. Because of governorship election, you want to go and open an old. Okay, you were governor for 8 years. What did you do? You were governor for 8 years. You didn't know about the abandoned property. Now you have left. You are now calling the Igbos. Look, we are going to do this for you. You won't be governor again. Another person will be governor. Then you said they would do this, but you couldn't do it. You love the Igbos, refuse to support Obi. You support Atiku. When Obi came here, I gave him all the logistics. I provided vehicle, everything. I paid for the stadium. I did. But some other person applied and I refused. So people should know me by now. It's not carry rumor, wicked. Anybody who doesn't have a child is wicked. Anybody who doesn't have a contract is wicked. Everything is wicked. So it's good you came, so you know this is where I stand. I have no problem who voted for Obi, who voted for Swai. I have no problem. I can tell you that. My problem is that person who voted that power should not shift.
Can you imagine this guy?
He's a very.
You know what he's saying?
You should not be
He's a clown.
surprised that Iman Agbad.
Serious clown.
He's a thug. He's a thug.
Oh my god.
He's a thug, and
he's looking for someone that will
first
protect
when
him.
he started this, of course. What's not just of course.
Protection. Look at him dancing between two opinions. I don't have problem with Obi. I don't have problem with Agbado. See these people, Mumu people, Mumu.
Hey guys,
go on.
Obi, sorry, it's just one sentence. It's just the result of this election doesn't even make any sense. How can one of the most obedient states, Rivers State is even more obedient than Lagos State, how can Obi lose Rivers State? It doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't. Go ahead, please.
He's gonna overextend himself because that's what desperate people do. He's desperate and he's put his eggs in the basket because he needs help, because what betide him if any other person than his guy gets in there and start looking at the books. He will go to prison for a fact. He will go to prison, and you know people are looking for him. People are looking for him. That's like people are looking for the dude in Benue. They're just waiting for the minute to go. I'm telling you, some very, very interesting things gonna happen to all these G5 people. You just watch. That's not a threat, though. You just watching what will happen.
Integrity group.
Mr. Theobalad and Mr. Prince of Belgrade, you guys have been so quiet. I want to hear from you guys. Mr. Theobalad, Mr. Belgrade has gone to sleep. He went out drinking. So we know what happened to him. Mr. Theobalad, I beg, what do you get to contribute for this matter? You've been quiet.
Actually, I'm so frustrated when hearing this stupid wicked talk, or how would I describe him? I can't wait to see him. Sure, this is a public platform. I don't want to say anything now. That man. Somebody said something here. How can Obi lose River State? How can Obi lose River State? You are coming out. He said yesterday. He short. When I started my making a statement on this platform, he said in one of his videos that they choose to where who in among the Sasa states, they choose where Obi go win, they choose where Agbado go win, they choose where Atiku go win. It's like they are deciding the future of the country. That's why I'm angry. And this man is still standing in Nigeria. People are looking at him. This man
Sir,
is still
don't
standing, this
worry.
tout. And
The
Nigerians are
breakfast is
watching
coming.
this stupid
Don't
man.
worry.
last.
No,
Everybody
don't.
good job.
That's why I'm not worried about Wiki. See, he's beating more than he can chew. That you can't offend. You can't see when you're trying to twist yourself into a pretzel. You will inevitably make many enemies. He has made APC enemies in his state because the APC people are angry that he made a deal with Agbado because Agbado is no longer supporting them, the main branch of the APC in Rivers. So he's made enemies in the creek. He's made enemies of his people by taking up their will. Wike, if this guy doesn't win, he will do everything in his power, which inevitably he will overextend himself and he will get caught. Wike, his end is near. He's gonna go to prison. He's a thug. Thuggery.
Sure.
He didn't even hide what he tried to do. He was physically there altering results. Nobody say then say there's video evidence and pictures of Wike in the collection center doing the shit himself. So listen, he's done. He's just living on borrowed time. Obedience just need to usher him to the sea. Just help him. He's there already.
He already compromised the Labour Party in Port Harcourt. He compromised them in River State, the Labour Party.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Stomach infrastructure. Like those men, look at the men that they compromised. Come on, look at them now. No offense, but you yourself look the video. These are hungry men. If person hungry, you can't blame them. They have no integrity, and somebody's offering them a lot of money. Of course, they will take it. Stomach infrastructure. They're weaponizing the poverty they've created in Rivers.
Let me tell you something. The election on the 20-something, Wike, see, we used to say that the state, we should not have state police because the governors are going to use the police. They're going to... It doesn't matter at this point. Whether it's state police or federal police, look at what they are doing. The governors have control of the commissioner of police in all the states. They practically, we have video of police snatching ballot boxes with their vehicles. They're not even hiding. They're not even hiding it. So what he's going to do on the 20-something, on the 24th, he's going to fight. It's going to be like a war zone because he already know what he's going to do. He's not going to back down.
Speaking of the war, the people of the creek, they really matter to him. Like he's really going to go down in Rivers. Like people.
He will not allow a legitimate. He will not allow fair and fair election. He will not allow it.
He will not because
allow
those
fair
people.
Election.
Not be only he get dynamite though. Those people of the creek are really, really upset that he did that to their votes. Those people, and they're really upset. Like
they are.
They're really upset. So they want him gone because of this nonsense he's done. They want him gone.
They do.
He's gonna be charged.
Obi won all the South, all the South state. He won all those states, and they decided, look, we're not going to let you sweep the South side. We're not going to let you. The way the poll was done, that's exactly what was supposed to happen. The poll was correct. And we decided, no, we're not going to let the poll. And maybe the poll might have been the greatest undoing as well, because the poll said he was going to win all the South, all the Southeast, all these places. So they went after all those South, and decided to share the vote.
Let me share a video with you guys. Let's talk about our gubernatorial candidates.
Okay.
So, Mr. Bankole, before I do the videos, right, I want to just talk to Mr. Bankole. Mr. Bankole, sir, I understand how you feel. We're all frustrated here. I don't know if you've noticed. We're all frustrated as well, right? Because all we can do is talk and shout from the top of our lungs on social media. That's the power we have right now. They say use what you have in your hand. Abi, we're using what we have in our hand. I understand you saying, Nigerians, they shouldn't sit down, we should be out protesting, blah, blah, blah. So my own angle is, okay, sir, if you can go to Nigeria and lead the protests, wonderful. You understand? Again, I've made myself clear here. I'm not going to force anybody's hand in Nigeria. Everybody see as the bad. I no need to tell anybody. Say now me not the fee withdraw money from bank. Not be me. Now me lights dey my house. You understand? So when they call, they put all this pressure for people back home, let's also understand the conditions under which they are living. Let's also understand that they have to be willing to take it upon themselves and say this is bad or pie na pie, let's just go there, and which is already
Exactly.
happening. So I'm
We
not
can't
going
be
to
more
force anyone. So
aware than
keep putting those
the people that actually
it's almost like you're trying to get me to force their hand. I can't force anybody's hand. So you can borrow money. You say you went to Nigeria January, you just came back, borrow money and go back and go and help us to galvanize. We'll be clapping for you here and we will do video showing you on the ground. No baton. That's a solution. Thank you. Let me share this video, people.
we cannot be angrier than the people back home. And by and large, people, like you said, I don't know who said that. People are obviously upset about this, and he's obviously not going to stand. And everybody's
Exactly.
just waiting.
Everybody is upset. Nobody is smiling about this. Sorry, I want to blow this up.
No, you good.
Unfortunately, that they didn't allow us.
So apparently the story behind this is that this is the guy, the Owori guy. What's his name? Is he listed here? Let me see. Olumide Oworu, right?
Oworu.
Right. Oworu, in the cap that's running to replace Desmond Mangohead. Now him be this. Now the candidate. I don't know why I wear goggles. Anyway, maybe it's hot. You have to wear goggles. Okay. So they went to where the train accident happened now in the bus.
Lagos State University
Lagos
Teaching
State,
Hospital.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the LP deputy governor candidate, that's her right there, Oyefusi, held hostage and humiliated at Lasutech. Order from Sanwo-Olu not to allow LP members access to train accident victims.
Unfortunately, that they didn't allow us. It's unfortunately that they didn't allow us, because the first thing they asked me was that, okay, why are you here? And I told them that I'm here with the deputy governorship candidate of our party, the Labour Party. Immediately, they directed me to the administrative department. On getting out to that place, they called the first Oga, the second Oga, and the third Oga, and eventually they gave me a form to fill. I wrote out by reading a name on the form they gave to me, and they went in, and by the time they came out back, they told me that the governor has informed them that nobody should come in. So a wá síbí báyìí láti wá sympathize, láti wá kẹ́dùn pẹ̀lú àwọn tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ilé àná ní PWD. But ìyàlẹ́nu ńlá ló jẹ́ ìgbà tá a débí báyìí wọ́n ní pé a lè wọlé, níbi ká lọ síbi tí administrative department wọn. Ìgbà tá a débẹ̀ wọ́n ní ká fìlì fún wọn, pe ọ̀gá alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, pe ọ̀gá ẹlẹ́kẹ̀jì, ẹlẹ́kẹta, wọ́n ní ká fìlì fún. A fìlì fún bóyá nítorí pé wọ́n wá rí orúkọ Oyèfúsì, Princess Oyèfúsì lórí ibẹ̀. Ọ̀gá yẹn ti kọ́kọ́ ní pé òun máa mú wa lọ tẹ́lẹ̀, but ìgbà tó wọlé wọn bá jáde mọ́. The last person tó rán wá ìyẹn bá ní pé governor ti give directive ní pé èèyàn kankan gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé mọ́.
Okay, thank you very much. Who is Princess Oyefusi? Because you made mention of that name. Who is Princess Oyefusi?
Princess Abiodun Oyefusi is the deputy governorship candidate of Labour Party in Lagos State.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any other thing to say? Do you have any other? Okay.
Kí ó lè dá kí Nàìjíríà ìṣòro ìkórè alùpùpù ìlú àlàáfíà gbogbo wa ṣe bá ẹgbẹ́ ká jí káàdì ìṣòro gbogbo ìdíwọ́ gbogbo ìṣòro náà àfẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó wá fún mi ẹ̀rí pé kí ni gbogbo wa náà ṣe
Yeah, sir. Do you have anything to add as regards the deniers?
You're right.
Did you take her name? Did you take her name?
Yes, I know. Are you thinking of something going to happen in future during the election time, or what can you say about that?
Ẹ̀yin ará Èkó, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin àbúrò mi, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ṣe rí nǹkan tí gómìnà ìlú Èkó ń ṣe fáwa Èkó. Àwọn accident ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn ọmọ Èkó, a dẹ̀ wá síbí báyìí láti wá sympathize pẹ̀lú wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kán má jẹ́ kí anybody kó wọlé, any political candidate kó wọlé. Gómìnà yẹn ti wá síbí báyìí lánàá fúnra rẹ̀ o pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀ńtẹ́rẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ lárí lórí social media o. But àwọn lè kí àwọn èèyàn, àwọn tí àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ràn. Bàbá tèmi ti ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gan-an, kò sẹ́ni tí ò mọ ọba Oyèfúsì. Salaudeen Afọlábí Adékọ̀yà Oyèfúsì tó gbá wọn develop ìlú Èkó yìí. Wọ́n ní ká má jẹ́ wọlé ìgbà kan gbé orúkọ bàbá tèmi. Ẹ̀yin Èkó ẹ dìde o. Àwa ni ọmọ Èkó. Àwọn èèyàn wa nìyá náà ní accident ní ìbàdàn tán jẹ́ ká wá kí tán jẹ́ ká wá ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún tán ní kán má jẹ́ ká wọlé. Èkó ẹ dìde, ìyà yìí tó. Èkó òsì fèèyàn kan, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin àbúrò mi, ẹ̀yin ọ̀gbọ́n mi, ẹ gbà wá lọ́wọ́ oko ẹrú, ẹ dìde.
So much noise.
Patient, that's all. Patient, yeah, that's all. Yeah, to see somebody there. Why? No, they are not doing any video like that. What we are trying to do is this, okay? What we are trying to do. Please let your voice come down. I'm not here to fight you. I would like you to introduce yourself. Okay, I'm Mr. Shegun. I'm one of the directors of social welfare. Thank you. You are Mr. Shegun. I'm patient, that's all. Patient, yeah, that's all. Yeah, to see somebody there. Why? No, they are not doing any video like that. What we are trying to do is this, okay? What we are trying to do. Please let your voice come down. I'm not here to fight you. I would like you to introduce yourself. Okay, I'm Mr. Shegun. I'm one of the directors of social welfare. Thank you. You are Mr. Shegun. I'm patient.
Okay, so that's it. So they went to visit and we didn't allow them in. Lobaton, that's it. So this guy wants to. I don't know why they're doing this. I mean, people just had something tragic happen to them. Allow people to commemorate.
How will you? Of course they will do that. Come on, Amoye. Of course they will do that. That's how you hide your shame of not doing anything in the in the healthcare sector in 24 years. So you have to hide your shame, so your political opponents cannot use it against you, and you're surprised. As big as Lagos is, and as much money that's generated in Lagos, we no get ambulance service. And doctors and nurses are fleeing the country in droves every day. The culture of impunity.
Mr. Theobala, thank you very much for joining us. So good
night. We need to, until people start seeing consequences for people that steal our money. Nothing. Just forget it.
That's true. You're right. On that note, let's wrap this up. Let me start with Bamidele. Give me your final thoughts. You've been very quiet in the background. I know you like to listen, so I didn't want to bother you because I know you're just listening in and soaking everything up. What are your final thoughts? Are you still here with us, Bamidele? Okay, maybe what's this low? All right, I'm taking you out. Africa, let's have your final thoughts. You're the other one that hasn't really talked much. Are you still here with us? You're on mute. In case you're here with us, you are on mute. Okay. Taking you out. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your contributions. Okay. All right, Mr. J, let's start with you, and then I'll come back. May Spirit of Uvora may we end.
I guess what we need to all focus on, like you said, I like the way you've been redirecting us back to the main point. We are here. All we can do is to speak, express our opinion. Uh, we know people are listening out there in Nigeria, and hopefully, our people will do the right thing. Hopefully, our people will see, because sometimes it takes people like us to explain things or say things in our own way to ginger up the people at home to be able to see what the kind of injustice being done. Because I know that whatever they're going through is enough for them to come out and protest, but they're not. So hopefully they will have a change of heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jay, for all the knowledge that you bring, for your contributions. I actually really appreciate them, and I know everybody does. So I just want to thank you specially for your contributions this evening. We will meet again at the battlefront. We keep going, we
Thank you
keep
very much.
talking. It's only our voice we have, so
Okay.
we have to use it. Thank you. Have a great night.
Have a good night. You too. Bye.
As well. Thank you. Spirit of Aurora, my brother, take us home.
I just gotta say, in everything as a country, like our problem is not corruption. You know, politicians are corrupt all over the world. Politicians are corrupt everywhere in the world. But impunity, impunity that I'm gonna do this bad thing and I know I'm gonna get away with it is why people do it. There's a reason why as I'm talking to you right now, I'm not moving pounds pounds of bricks across 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 state lines. Because why? Because I know if I get caught, that's 25 years.
Yep.
So that makes me adjust my behavior. But in Nigeria, people do crimes on video. Nothing happens to them. People steal money. Big. Nothing happens to them. So why they not go steal more, my sister? No, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If I employ you, first year you steal 20 million, I not do anything.
I go thief. The person
How
go
much you
thief
go thief next year?
100.
Exactly. And imagine you steal 100 and not do anything. How much you go steal the third time?
I go double am now.
Exactly. So until we get rid of this impunity that people feel like they will do bad stuff and get away with it because they've not seen other people before punished for that thing, we're not gonna have a country. And this country is too beautiful and
Yes.
too rich for us to just let it go. No, we were not gonna let it go. First of all, because we ain't got no other place, and second of all, the country is too beautiful. It is just too beautiful a country to give to these animals.
Yes.
And with that, have a good evening. The show continues.
Yes, so thank you so much, my
Thank
brother. I
you.
really appreciate your contributions, honestly, greatly. I mean, you guys are the ones who encourage me, to be honest. When I come on here, sometimes I don't even know what to say. I'm so angry. I don't want to speak out of my emotions sometimes, but it spills over because I can't help it sometimes. So I feel encouraged by you guys' contributions, everyone that called in today, everyone that was part of the panel. I really, really appreciate you guys. The commenters, honestly, I thank una well. Kene, now only one comment I see from you, but thank you very much. Now empathy we need. And in as much as we they want make the people back home, may they come out, may they show their vexation, may they do this, but it's not up to us to push them. Everybody know as it bad, So we'll just they assist them with our own energy from here, putting our voice. I know say the victory is going to be ours. When, I don't know, but I know say definitely we will get the victory, regardless or of waiting happen. Patrick, I'll try to be here tomorrow again as well. Tomorrow. Yeah, I'll send the invite out. So just if you're subscribed, if you subscribed, subscribe so that you get the notification once I schedule the live, so you can be on the panel. Yeah, okay. So I want to thank everyone, all the commenters, all the panelists. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share on your way out. Um, and I'll see you guys on the next one. A luta continua. Victoria Aceta. Isn't that how they say it? So let's all have a great day for those of us that are already awake on our end. And the rest of us that are going to bed, let's all have a great night. Thank you all. Good night. Bye.